as gravest crime against humanity. Also on the program, 6 years, one prayer camp, and a love that refuses to let go. We tell you the story of a man who chose to stay despite his wife's mental illness. We'll also bring you updates on what Ghanaian authorities are doing about the Russian national and his videos concerning Ghanaian women. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today. My name is Beatrice. Thank you for joining us. Now, the Minister for Communications, Sam George, says the government is determined to protect all nationals from cyber crimes. This declaration follows a disturbing viral footage released by a Russian national showing his interaction with Ghanaian women, with some of them ending up in his apartment. There's more in the following report.
Ghana's internet space has in the last week seen multiple videos showing interactions between a Russian national and Ghanaian women in what mostly starts as a random conversation. The video then switches to he and the woman in his apartment. This has left many citizens concerned amid suggestions of possible explicit content in his possession. The Minister for Gender and Social Protection was the first to comment on the matter.
What has happened is very unfortunate, very, very unfortunate, and it is heartbreaking. I will tell Ghanaians that it might have happened to these girls today, but if we don't take pragmatic steps to stop it, it can reoccur. People can lose their lives because of that. Their entire future can be wiped away because of that. On the side of the ministry, we are collaborating with all the security agencies to ensure that we pull down and then bring the perpetrator to book.
Communication Minister Sam George says government will use all its powers to deal with this Russian national.
I caused the ministry to send an invitation to the Russian ambassador. We're taking a very strong view of it. The individuals involved are not minors. What the Cybersecurity Authority is interested in, and my ministry is interested in, is not in the moral judgment of the individuals. It's in the non-consensual sharing of the videos that were posted online. That is a crime. To record a person without their consent, and even when you record and keep it on your phone, and the person finds out and reports to us, we'll prosecute you and you go to jail.
It remains to be seen how soon this will happen.
Now, love, they say, is patient and long-suffering. For Emmanuel and Ekuya, these words aren't just quotes, but their life. For 6 years, through grief and mental health challenges, Emmanuel has remained at a prayer camp, waiting for the woman he loves to return to him. Portia Gabo brings us the story of a love that hopes to conquer mental illness.
It's been 6 long years for Emmanuel. 6 years of waiting, of hoping, and of having unwavering faith that love can conquer mental illness. His wife, Ifia, has been at the prayer camp, chained and locked, hoping for divine intervention alongside others battling mental health challenges. It all started after she gave birth to their daughter, a child who is now deceased.
I love you. We are here for a reason. God is with us.
Emmanuel decided to stay with his wife when others left. He moved into the prayer camp to be by his wife's side. He's here, catering to her every need. He tells me that nothing Absolutely nothing, not even the weight of mental illness, will ever make him leave her side.
I will not leave her until death do us part.
Christian Voloto is a physician assistant with the Ghana Health Service. He has dedicated himself to catering to the needs of patients with mental health challenges. I'm here with him at the prayer camp as he assesses Ikwe's condition.
In fact, all the cases I've seen where the woman got sick, the men have left. They've all left. Most of the cases. But to hear that someone has stuck to the wife in this state for 6 years and resisting all the temptation to go outside, it's a beautiful story. I realized that she has schizophrenia, and what I've given her is a long-acting medication that works for 1 month. And I believe with the experience I've had with the other street ones, by the 2nd or 3rd week, by the grace of God, we should start seeing some small changes.
Emmanuel says he will remain by Ife's side until his love conquers her mental illness.
I attend church with her. I learned in church that we should love our neighbor as ourselves. It is my duty to take care of her. I'm hoping that her condition will improve one day.
They got married, and then they had a child. 3 months after the baby, the wife traveled to the parents, and then he had a call that the wife had gotten missing. And then a few days later, the woman came knocking at his door in the night, and then he realized that his speech wasn't coherent. He would take a topic, then drop it, bring another in, and then he realized that she's having a problem, or she was having a problem, and then they took her to Pantine. And according to her, it was during the COVID era, so they didn't get that care that they wanted, so they had to come back home, and then they found themselves coming to the church here, the prayer camp here at Yokitikpo. They came with her family, but later the family left, and then he has been here consistently for the past 6 years.
Indeed, love does not give up. It endures. It hopes. It's long-suffering. This is a beautiful story of faith, of hope, and of sacrifice. And truly, the greatest of these virtues is love. Portia Gabo, TV3 News.
Let's bring you some more here. And the Chief of Defence Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces and the Group Chief Executive Officer of Media General have discussed matters of mutual interest with a view to positively transform society. Speaking during a courtesy call, Lieutenant General William Ejapon and Madam Beatrice Ajiman underscored the importance of collaborative efforts between the media and security agencies to promote peace and security.
The Ghana Armed Forces (GAF) is constitutionally mandated to protect Ghana's territorial integrity. As the fourth estate, the media has an onerous responsibility to support the Ghana Armed Forces while impacting society. It is against this backdrop that a delegation from Ghana's leading multimedia platform paid a courtesy call on the office of the Chief of the Defence Staff of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Yeah. Very much interested in effecting change in society. That is one of our core values, impacting the community that we live in. And we know that we cannot do that alone. We need a lot of collaboration. We gather a lot of insights. And so on occasions where we know that we have erred, we try to make sure that those situations are corrected. That as soon as possible. All institutions are not perfect. We seek to work on them all the time.
The Chief of Defence Staff commended MG for building a formidable brand and stressed that the Ghana Armed Forces is committed to collaboration in furtherance of peace and security.
Let me also commend your network for the very good work that you do, because I think that together we are all looking at the same goal. Thank you for seeing us as one of your partners. So we are more than ready to collaborate anytime. Congratulations for the speedy growth with which you have been able to develop that network.
Madam Beatrice Ajeman reiterated Media General's commitment to deepen collaboration with the Public Relations Department of the Ghana Armed Forces.
We want a closer relationship with your PR unit also, so that as much as possible, if there's any issue, you won't reach out and you will know how to manage any information that comes from the speaks going forward.
The delegation to the office of the Chief of the Defence Staff included Nyama Ishen Famiye, Group Chief Operating Officer of Media General.
News: Accra traffic congestion is worsening, costing commuters hours each day and the economy millions of dollars annually. The government says relief lies in a proposed 20-year green digital city project spanning 3 regions. But months after feasibility studies were expected to begin, what has actually changed? There's more in this report by Deborah Abamensa.
From Tema to the ministry's area in Accra, from Medina to the Central Business District, what should take under an hour now stretches into 3. According to the transport studies, the average commuter in Greater Accra spent about 110 minutes a day traveling, much of it stuck in traffic.
Things are not moving. Look at the traffic we are incurring. The traffic alone, moving from your place or your home to the office, take you about 2-3 hours before you get to the office. What are you going to do? And you'll be leaving office around 4 instead of you closing 6 o'clock. Because of traffic, you want to leave earlier so that you can get home. And you have family keys at home. You understand? Accra is really choked.
All the works and the public places all located in Accra, because and it has dragged many people from the country, Ghana, to stay in Accra, all because they can't find job at where they are unless they come here.
For many residents, Accra is no longer just busy, it is overwhelmed. The economic cost is significant. The World Bank estimates Ghana loses about $200 million annually due to traffic congestion from lost productivity, fuel waste, and delays to business operations. Parliamentary data also shows about 70% of major roads in Accra are congested during peak hours, with vehicle speeds dropping below 20 kilometers per hour. President Mahama in May 2025, whilst addressing a Durbar of chiefs and people at Dodowa, said the new city will be located somewhere on the Accra Plains from Bundase, straddling across the Greater Accra, Eastern and Volta regions. In his January 2026 New Year message, President Mahama said foundational works for major reforms, including a new city, was laid in 2025 with 2026 set for scale-up.
As a permanent fix to decongest Accra, we'll begin the design and feasibility study for a new city. Some of the government offices and agencies will be moved out of Accra to the new city.
The project, branded the Green Digital City, is planned as a 20-year smart development across Greater Accra, Volta, and Eastern regions. For development experts, the greatest threat is not money, but political discontinuity.
We need to plan how we can gradually, with our little resources, commit something to it. Are we committing part of our oil money? Or now that we are discovering lithium, are we going to use part of the lithium money? Are we going to use part of our internal generated funds? We can never sit and get $10 billion to start it. No, it cannot happen. Our needs are so many.
if the project is not anchored in a national development framework, successive governments may deprioritize it.
If you are expanding to new locations, we need to plan, and then we need to know where exactly are we going to expand this city to. Because if you are saying we are developing a new city, that doesn't mean that we are going to abandon Greater Accra. Definitely Greater Accra will exist, but are we limiting certain things that can congest Greater Accra and taking them across, particularly about the ministries and then where we do government business? Are we talking about creating new working environments around certain areas or the new city area so that we can divert people working life and time towards those locations? If that is planned, then we can get there.
While the long-term vision unfolds, Accra's daily gridlock continues. Even as government promotes the smart city vision, residents say relief cannot wait 20 years. For now, Accra remains congested, and the real test may not be the announcement of a new city, but the execution of immediate solutions already within reach. Deborah Bamensa, TV3 News, Accra.
In a separate news, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, says Ghana has the full backing of the continental body.
His Excellency President John Mahama, I think that if Ghana decided to go to the UN Security Council, it is with the mandate of the African Union and with the support of the 55 countries. And without that support and the support of the A3, the A3 plus is the non-permanent members of the African countries in the Security Council. And I think that the whole process of demanding reparations and asking that slavery is and was considered as a crime against humanity, it is a collective effort. And Ghana is relying on the support of the African group in New York to advocate for that and to lobby for that. So rest assured that the Commission is behind Ghana to support the tabling of that resolution at the UN Security Council.
And you watched there the chairperson of the African Union Commission giving his support to President Mahama regarding his petition for slave trade to be declared the gravest sin yet. My name is Beatrice Edu. Thank you very much for joining us on News Morning this morning on New Day on TV3. Do continue with us on New Day.
Giving it to you like that. And everything around you will be affected big time. Too many uncertainties and fears. But with the right partner...
Good morning, Defe. Team Eternity, my favorites. Good morning. Welcome to TV3 Newday, Ghana's biggest talk show on television, right? My name is Beatrice Edu. I'm here, of course, with a woman who will not allow us to rest today, except that she lost her voice. Hi, Nashoko.
Hi, Beatrice.
I can't hear you. Please, I need a microphone.
Good morning, Beatrice.
I need a microphone for Nashoko this morning.
Today is the day
hallelujah
that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice
and be glad in it.
And be glad in it. See, I've lost my voice, but I had to come and say, can you hear me?
I'm trying to. I need a microphone for now.
I had to come and say, Charlie.
Yeah. So yes, I mean, 2 days after Valentine, and Accra Hearts of Oak decided to go to Kumasi to score Asante Kotoko in their home 1-0. I knew now would not allow us to rest. Fortunately, she's lost her voice. So yeah, so you're welcome to the show once again, the 16th of January 2026. And of course, we've got great stuff for you today. Once again, my name is Beatrice Edu. Thank you very much for joining us. And we'll be going through, of course, we'll bring you sports. You just heard a bit about what happened over the weekend. Accra Hearts of Oak are scoring Asante Kotoko in their own home in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. She said I should say it again. So we'll bring you more of that, plus some other sports news across the country and beyond. We'll bring you that. Of course, we'll also, that unfortunate story we heard over the weekend about several people in Ntwaso getting killed after a fuel tanker exploded. And we'll bring you more of that unfortunate situation. In fact, we'll want to get your thought on it. A lot of the time when we've seen such accidents filmed, we see a lot of people around, you know, such vehicles whenever they overturn or they are involved in accidents, trying to fetch some of the fuel from the car. Hopefully this wasn't what happened at this place where the explosion eventually led to the death of these individuals. We'll want to get your thoughts on it when we get to the This Morning segment. And of course, there have been a number of things really happened over the weekend. The fact that some Ghanaian traders who had gone to Burkina Faso, and these are normally your tomato traders going to Burkina Faso for trade, and their bus or truck was targeted and they were shot at. We understand that several people died. They were actually shot at, and we'll be bringing you more of that when we get to the big issue conversation and really what that means for security for Ghana, bearing in mind the insecurity situation within the Sahel region and what authorities here need to do beyond the immediate collaboration to try and get to the identity of the traders involved in the attack in Burkina Faso. We'll bring you that as well. And there was also that breaking news regarding Interpol deleting the name of Ken Ofori-Atta permanently from its record. What informed that and what is the way forward? We'll bring you that as well. We'll have Dr. Victor Doke, security analyst, joining us. Alhassan Tampoli, who is a member of parliament for Gusheon, also a member of the NPP. Lawyer Victor Kojoga Adaudu, he'll be joining us as well. Andrea Pia Dankwa, who is with the Movement for Change, will also be joining us. Our regular panelist for Mondays, and Dr. Bernard Tutubuahin, political strategist, also will be joining us. And so we have a whole package for you. Remember that last week we did promise you that we'll be going back to our schools. Nashoko and Kukiti told us of the stories they encountered whilst they were in junior high school. So they went back to their schools. We'll be bringing you the peculiar stories they found from their schools as well in special report. And so once again, welcome, and do stay with us now. I know you're very excited about the Accra Hearts of Oak thing, but in a second.
Yes.
Since we can't hear you.
I can't tell you how happy I am. Just thrilled.
Okay, now can't help us. But her voice will be back very shortly. You're welcome to This Morning segment. And you're welcome to this morning's segment here on New Day on TV3. This morning, we're asking you about your thoughts regarding the individuals who died in that explosion, the fuel tanker explosion. But I want to bring you some details so that you have the perspective of what really happened. So we understand that 3 people have been burnt and several injured in Suhum Accra tanker explosion. And unfortunately, the 3 who were burnt, we understand, were burnt beyond recognition in a road traffic accident that resulted in a fire at a signboard near Okanta of the Suhum Accra N6 highway, and it happened on the dawn of Saturday. We do understand that firefighters from the Suhum and Bunso fire stations responded to the road traffic accident at about 4:49 a.m. and eyewitnesses also spoke about what might have caused the accident. But my colleague Joseph Armstrong, of course, was there later to bring us more. Let's watch this and then we'll come back to get your thoughts on this.
So at what time did you see this?
The time is 3:30 before the thing happened.
3:30 a.m.
a.m.
What did you see?
I just going to work. I am taxi driver.
Okay.
So I'm going to work, and my brother called me that some incidents happened for here, so I should come and see. The time I come, now it is accident, but the car is petrol tanker. So the time I come and meet the car, I just call one of my brothers, say into it should come, then we see how we will do that thing. So he came where we see say the petrol is leaking, but people too are fetching the petrol.
How many people did you see siphoning the fuel?
That time it will be like 5 people or 6 people.
All men?
All men.
He stated that despite the tanker drivers' effort to stop them from siphoning the fuel and to move away from the scene, they refused. The situation escalated when the tanker sadly caught fire, triggering a massive explosion that burned 3 motorbike operators beyond recognition.
We are here until like 4:30. Before we will see that there is car coming. Plenty cars are coming, but there is traffic on the way. So I just tell the driver should go to the top.
Which driver did you talk to?
I talked to the tanker driver. Should go to the top and go and direct the traffic to the so that the cars all will pass.
You use the other lane.
Other lane. But driver didn't listen to me. Into he's on his phone, calling the police. Still, he's calling the police, but police was not picking the call. So the moment I will see some Nissan pickup is coming. So the time the Nissan pickup reached here, we are stopping him. He didn't stop. So he just stepped brake, and the fire came out. Boom. So it's only that one. We just see the explosive go on, and then the cars too are many. So the time it will like the time police will come, like the time the police will come, it reached like 5:30 before they came here.
And you mean that this thing started around what time?
3:30.
Trap vehicles trapped in traffic, along with 5 motorcycles believed to belong to the victims, were completely destroyed in the blaze. Among the burnt vehicles was a VIP bus loaded to full capacity. Fortunately, all passengers escaped unhurt. Other passengers and bystanders fled as flames engulfed the area. After personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service brought the fire under control, some residents climbed onto the burnt VIP bus to dismantle parts for scrap in the presence of security personnel. Personnel from the Ghana National Fire Service, Ghana Police Service, and the National Ambulance Service later transported the victims to hospital.
This warning to the public that anytime a tanker falls or have an accident and it falls, nobody should go there because it can explode. The container is flammable. It can explode. So we have warned them. So we've gone to community from community to community. We've done community engagement along the route from Nsaum to Tegechi. We have met the community along the road from Nsaum to Tegechi. We've actually taken them through education, sensitization, the effect of this accident, what can happen to them. And they don't listen. So 3 of them are dead now at the mortuary. 2 male and 1 female.
About 20 people with life-threatening injuries were initially taken to Insawam Hospital before being transferred to Koforidua Hospital for further treatment. Joseph Armstrong, Good TV3.
Ntoaso, Nsawam.
And you just watched the details from that unfortunate incident there, and unfortunately confirming what I was saying earlier about attitude of a number of people when some of these accidents do occur. We've seen in years before, months earlier, where when there's a fuel tanker accident, you see residents rushing. And we are showing you even examples of earlier incidents where people rush to the place with utensils and gallons trying to pick the fuel, siphon the fuel from the truck that has had an accident. And unfortunately, that is what, as we heard in that report, happened, and people died. 3 people dying and several others with life-threatening injuries. If you recall, it's a similar story we heard from Apiate in the Western region when there was an explosion like that, an accident. People were very close, and eventually several people died. Those who were filming, those who were there to take what they thought they could from that accident. And so the question we're asking you this morning, really, what do we need to do to change the mindset of individuals around accident scenes so that we don't get to see some of these deaths that do occur, particularly when it involves fuel tankers? But we do have our first caller on the line. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from.
My name is Isa calling from Bole.
Yes, sir.
My sister, what we saw on the television is sad as a country. But first of all, I was expecting that if this nature of accident happens, we should see Ghana Police Service there, so that they will take over. As you can see the images, the people are sending the fuel away. If it were Ghana Police Service presence there, I don't think this barbaric act will happen. It's sad as a country what we are seeing. It's like we are in a lawless country, as if there are not laws in this country. I'm expecting to see about 10, 15 policemen. IGP, what are you doing with your people? It's bad and it's pathetic. And then my sister, I think I want to greet Excellency John Dramani Mahama this morning. He has turned this economy and the people of Ghana. Everybody has embraced Excellency John Dramani Mahama. But the youth of Bole, my sister, they are jobless. They are sitting down jobless. As I'm speaking to you, I don't have a TV, I don't have a CV. But if my friends and loved ones, if they are being enrolled, I think it will bring crime rates in this country. And TV3 is the best station that I can channel these grievances. I think this is a listening television in this country that big men are listening to. So I'm appealing to Excellency, they should try and enroll our boys. They are too jobless. But Deputy Governor of BOT, my speech to that man this morning.
Isa, let me ask you. Isa, before you go though, you're talking about the police being there. Aren't you concerned about the youth or the residents who were there to try and fetch some fuel, and eventually the tanker exploded and they died?
That's what I'm saying, my sister. I can't hear you well.
Okay, we'll have to end it here. But thank you very much, Isa. I think we've lost him. But remember, he's saying that if there had been police officers, the people would not have done that. But in the presence of the officers, as you saw in the report by Armstrong Joseph Alugbe, we saw them also climbing on top of the VIB bus, which had been bent, trying to dismantle it for scrap. And so, yes, just share your thoughts with us really on how we can change the mindsets of people. I think Alhaji is on the line with us. Good morning to you, Alhaji. Thank you so much for joining us.
Beatrice. Hello, Beatrice.
Alhaji, I can hear you. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you today?
Shako, how are you?
Shako is well. She's lost her voice.
I hope Cookie is also well.
Cookie is also doing very well, as well as Roland. Yes.
Roland, yes, my best friend. And let me send my wisdom to Shemi Mabuse. He has a large Alasan and Chief Fones and my municipal chief executive, Alasan Baraman. And Honorable Roxanne Nixon, the chairman for Adopted Chief Whip. I think sometimes your life is very important than what you're going to do. Do you know that? Beatrice, why are you want to kill yourself? I think sometimes if such thing like this happen, we need to let our policeman go to fight against, because when this incident happened and the fires captured this, how many people died there?
3 people, we understand, and several others severely injured.
This kind of thing and we talk about. So when you see this thing, it will pain you. Because look at this. What kind of things and we have been doing? So if the police people go in there to start sacking people, I think that can help us. And they will not record any deaths there. Even the driver himself knew very well that what they did is troubling. So don't go and put yourself into trouble. Don't do that. If you go to hang yourself, do you think somebody can save you again? You want to hang yourself. Even if I come and see, I will not save you. So we need to look about these things. Because now fuel is cheap. And what you go to do is risk job and you are going to do because of little coin and you will get. So let's keep on engaging the people, and they shouldn't doing this thing again. So may God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great. Great chairman for me. And Dr. Wumbi, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alhaji, for calling in and for sharing those thoughts with us. We do have another caller on the line. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from, and what you think of what we're discussing this morning.
Good morning. My name is Samuel. I'm calling from Teshi.
Samuel calling from Teshi in Accra. Good morning to you, Samuel. I hope you're well.
That's right. I'm okay. I'm saying that with this situation, the tanker issue, the fuel, the police cannot do anything about it. Trust me. Because when it explodes, the police will also die. We have to protect the police. It's the citizens. I mean, excuse me, well, you cannot change the mind of a fool. Because this has been on over the years. Why should we go there? Somebody fighting among themselves. So please, let's leave the police out of this. When it explodes, they will die.
Thank you.
So we should drive the police into this. Yeah, that's right. So the people, for me, I mean, I would never go near such a thing. What am I going to do with the fuel? To sell it or what? So probably the announcement must be going on. Those who listen will listen. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Samuel, for calling us from Teshi in Accra and for sharing those thoughts. Yahya joins us as well. Good morning to you, Yahya. Please tell us where you're calling us from. Welcome to This Morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for the opportunity given me. This is Yahya calling from Tamale Central.
Yes, sir. How is Tamale Central this morning?
Oh, we are very good for sister.
Yes, sir.
But in fact, let me appeal to the authority that in fact, we are in need of water scarcity. Some part of Tamale Central, in fact, everywhere when you go, you get friends have been going around looking for water. In fact, scarcity itself. I wonder how Ghana water companies, some areas used to settle them, but I wonder how nowadays agri site or no water again. The price are not flowing. So I'm appealing to them that they should look and solve this for us. Other than that, we don't know what to do.
Indeed.
And problem to the gas is raising this issue. I want to appeal to them. I don't know, Ghana, whether we are going to train those drivers, driving the tankers, or what are we going to do? Because anytime that we see accident on this vehicle, you know, see that a lot of people will be affected and then and addition. And then those guys at the roadside too, anytime that something happening, in fact, they are focusing on how to steal something from that vehicle. I wonder how we are seeing all these things in this our country. So, in fact, we are now researching this our country. So, when we are seeing all these things, in fact, it doesn't augur well for the country. Because if you feel like this, you are covering it. A lot of the whole world are watching. So, when something happening, and people are there that are roadside stealing their property. So it doesn't augur well. So I want to assist to the tanker drivers. I don't know whether we're going to give them a special training or what else do they want. Take out to them, we don't want to restrain this our country. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much, Yaya, calling us from Tamale Central, sharing his thoughts on this, and also telling us about the water challenge in Tamale Central. So hopefully Ghana Water Company Limited, you heard that, and you're able to resolve that water challenge in Tamale Central as well. We do have Nanayao joining us from Botiano, also in the Greater Accra region. Good morning, Nanayao. Thank you very much for joining us on the This Morning segment on New Day on TV3.
Good morning, Beatrice. How are you and the entire team?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I've been watching TV3 for like almost 6-7 years. But this is my first time being able to call through, and I'm so happy this morning.
Yes, we're happy to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you as well. So I send my greetings to the MP for Botswana English Shaman from Honorable Felix Akwete, and then the entire NDC social media communication team. I think this was something, I don't know, this is something deadly. So once the thing is done, you even have to run. So why do you rather want to get close and then trying to take fuel out? Some of them, don't even know what to do with the fuel. You are sending it to them. This is an explosive. So you send it to them. What are you going to use it for? This for your motorbike or for? So I think we need sensitization, education, at least when this thing falls. The first thing you have to do is even to run away from it, not even make an attempt of getting close to it. So I think FCCE, I don't know if they are functioning or whatever. This is something that they also have to probably partner the fire service to, do the proper education for us as a citizen. But Auntie B, I don't know if you NCC are they working? Because we are not hearing from them. It's just like when it's an election, you see some 1 or 2 posters in town trying to, but I think they have to be up and doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I extend my greetings to you and the entire team.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day yourself. Calling us from English here, Manfro, asking the NCC and the fire service to intensify education around this very issue. We do have Master Planner Junior joining us on the line. Good morning to you, Master Planner. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining us.
Fantastic. Good morning, beautiful Beatrice.
Good morning. Fantastic. Good morning to you as well. How are you, Master Planner, this morning?
Everything is fine. I hope you're also fine.
Very well, thank you. Thank you for joining us.
I can see that from the smiles on your face. Are you also a House of Folk supporter?
No, I support Samatics.
Okay. Good morning to now Roland and then Cookie Tea and then all the cherished viewers. Incoming President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bome, let me say a special good morning to him. You know, yesterday we had our National Thanksgiving. On Friday we did, and then yesterday, Sunday too, at the UPSA auditorium. It was so fantastic. Thanks to everyone who attended the program. I think they made it a historical one. And then my incoming communication director across the region and the nation, I greet all of you. Watching the videos, Beaches, I was very, very sad. I don't know. I think we have to start or introduce a course in our basic schools about safety precautions. It's very, very crucial because it says where there is danger, that's where we want to run. A fuel tanker has fallen. Instead of you to be running away from it, we would rather be running towards it. Just going to what? Get some of the fuel. For what? Where are you going to store it? Even bringing it to your house is also a danger. And so we are begging as my brother said, the NCC and then the other institutions, they should really educate the masses on these safety precautions. Even in the presence of the police and then the military, people are climbing the VIP bus to take the scraps. So how much are you going to earn from this car? Even if this thing cuts you, you can even get tetanus from it. They are all dangerous activities that, but you see, the first caller, Isa from Bole, was making a relevant claim about unemployment in Bole, President Mohammed's hometown. It's unemployment that results in all these things. So the people of Ghana, before I go, the people of Ghana are still waiting for the one job, 3 people, 3 shifts. If there was one job, 3 people, 3 shifts, by now these people would have been in 9 shifts. They won't go to fetch this fuel and stuff. So we are begging President Mahama. We are waiting for the one job, 3 shifts initiative. God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you too, Master Planner Junior, for calling us and for sharing those thoughts as well. Also emphasizing the need for the NCC and other stakeholders to come in to educate people that they should rather run away from danger and not run towards danger. And a number of you have also sent in your messages as well. There's a message coming in from Simon Yenwa in the Upper West region. Says, good morning to you, Beatrice and Na. The Intuasu fuel incident is most unfortunate. I don't actually know if the problem of our people is illiteracy or poverty. A similar thing happened at Monkuma village Bole in the Savannah region about 15 or so years ago, where more than 12 people died. I think we need to up public education. Can you imagine that even in the face of what happened, people were there cannibalizing the burnt vehicles for scraps? Such people should actually be arrested and prosecuted to serve as a deterrent. And that's coming from Mr. Simon Yen in Wa. Let me read that of Stephen Penn, who is also sending us a message from Wa in the Upper West region as well. He says, good morning, Beatrice and Na. Na is good, you have lost your voice. He says, Na, it's good you have lost your voice because you have messed me up after your team inflicted the painful one. Neil's call line. Okay, Mr. Stephen Penn, thank you very much for sending in your message from Wa in the Upper West region. We do have another caller on the line. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tell us your name, where you're calling us from, and what's on your mind?
I'm the Inisa from Gwalanga, under Talon District, Assembly.
Yes, sir, I lost your name. What did you say you're called, please?
I'm the Inusa Gwalanga.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Calling from Ashaiman.
Let me greet to you before I go. Let me greet our National First Vice Chairman, Chief Sofo Azoka. And then I want to pray for the Intuaso Suhum incident. That incident is very, very bad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give all of God to Jannah to Firdaus. May Allah give him Jannah to Firdaus. Then before I go, let me go back to Tamale to greet our Tamale Central Constituency Chairman FK, and I'll greet our Vice Chairman Gewa. Thank you very much, Madam.
Okay, you're done. Okay, so he called in to pray for the departed souls, calling in from Ashaiman. Thank you very much for calling in. Please, I think we do have another caller with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mejina joins us. Hi, Mejina. Good morning.
I hope everybody is doing well.
Everyone is doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, by the grace.
Please.
Please, I wonder how some Ghanaians, the way they think. I find it very strange this morning. As a matter of fact, some of the contributors, they are thinking, I don't know, but they own their own views. But I disagree 100% with them. Attributing this situation to unemployment. Are you insane? When you see a car carrying inflammable substance, had accident or get accident, and you are going to fetch the substance, knowing very well when one thing trigger is going to come out with fire. Even without the accident, how safe is it? when the car is heated for you to get closer. And you are attributing this barbaric, uncultured, bad attitude. Do you know that it's amount TV? The fact that accident occur doesn't give you the audacity to go and take any substance. Are we calling ourselves Muslims? We call ourselves Christians. We call ourselves traditionalists. And we behave like this. Which part of the world will you see somebody? When somebody gets accident, it is not your responsibility to make sure you help the person come out with that situation. You are attributing this to somebody accident occur. A petrol tanker get accident, and you go and take a gallon, so you are going to fetch the fuel. Are you not a mad person? We should be frank and speak the truth to the people and stop this. I don't know how to describe it. What are we doing? And some are also saying we should call police. This work is not police work. When accident occurs and the fire is there, is it not fire service? You see, our safety issue, we are not serious as people. Other time, I had encounter with the fire regional commander of Bono region. You know what he said? Sometimes when accident occurs, we the people, we the residents, we block them. We don't give them way to be able to get to the accident scene and fight the fire or take precaution measures against or to prevent the fire. And you are here telling TV3 viewers, telling people that it is because of unemployment. How? Why? Are we serious as people? Let us call a spade and call people to order to stop this unhuman behavior. If police, if I'm a Ghana government, I will go and assume their bodies and prosecute them.
All right.
They are not people we should be living. That is why they have died. I will not cry for them, except those who were only trapped and were not able to come out on the fire kite. If you decided to fight the fuel and the fire gets you, you are a thief. God did not allow you to live.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing those passionate views with us. Please, when you do call in, try and summarize what you want to say so others can also have the opportunity to call in and share their thoughts with us as well. But thank you very much for calling in. We do have another caller from Sunyani. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us from Sunyani. Please tell us what's on your mind. Your name first.
My name is Sadek Donadi from Sunyani.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is very sad to see a scene like this happening in Ghana. I just want to know if there is a law in Ghana that warrants people to go to the accident scene and steal from other people. If there is no law, then how far that if somebody who is in distress that we are supposed to go and help, then we rather go and steal from them. Let alone fuel tanker is a very dangerous thing. So if somebody is having such an incident, and you just walk in, go there, and you pick, and something happens and you die, it is whose fault? So I think at this moment, let us try and identify all those people in the video, arrest them, and prosecute them, punish them severely for other people to see that it is wrong to do that thing. Because every day in, day out, this thing happens, we see. People see, we talk about it. A lot of people will just waste their time, talk about it, and when it happens, you will see people going there, doing the same thing again. And it is very dangerous. So let's say that there must be a law. There must be a law to address those people who don't go to the accident scene and do that. Look at the leaders. Like that has got an accident and somebody is there at the back of the people trying to pick the car. For what? Is it your property? Is it their property? Yes, you know, that is great. Is it for them? Is it belong to them? It is not for them. It is failing. It is failing. So, me, I want to say that there must be a law. There must be a law so that anybody who goes to the accident scene and pick anything might be arrested and deported. So, let's use this as a case study. This accident scene as a case study, and let us try to identify those who are fighting in the video. They were fighting. Let us try and pick them one by one. Let us pick all of them one by one. Send them to the police station, pursue them, and give them super punishments so that other people will not just follow this again. So that is the little contribution that I want to contribute.
Thank you so much for calling in and also sharing those passionate views with us as well, asking for the prosecution of such individuals. Sadiq calling us from Sunyai in the Bono region. A number of you still sending us your messages. I read some of them back to you. It says from Fakaki Wa says, my regards to Alhaji Al-Hassan, the Lion. It says, it's emotional, disheartening the way people sometimes behave. Why should we endanger ourselves in such a manner? Ghana is on reset. Prince Henry Koforidia says, good morning, Queen Beatrice. It is very disheartening to see people dying in such manner. As citizens, we must also take our security very seriously and shy away from siphoning fuel from fuel tankers whenever there is an accident in such manner. It's sad we have lost souls in that tragedy, but must also blame them for such a reckless conduct leading to the loss of their lives. May their souls rest in peace. On Kotoko losing, I congratulate Na and the entire Hearts of Oak for winning. Still fabulous. The best regards to the Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah. That's coming from Prince Nanaya Oyok. Prince, Henry Koforidia. Let me read this from Mustafa from Lower Manya Krobo. It says, may the souls of the victims of the fuel tanker explosion rest in peace. Never again should we experience this. This is coming from Mustafa, Lower Manya Krobo. And I read this one. Mensa Majid from Bechim, Toronto says, good morning, Madam Beatrice. Accra Heart of Oak showed Kotoko their level yesterday. It's not about the bragging rights, but it's about the results. My regards to the pressure ladies at Atrensia. And yes, thank you so much for sending in your messages. Let me read this again. It says, Beatrice, this coming from Mr. Stephen Penn. The attitude of some Ghanaians craving for free things at all costs is becoming too bad. These tankers are marked highly inflammable, yet people still rush to collect free fuel during such accidents. My condolences to the bereaved family. And yes, thank you so much for sending in your messages. There's another caller joining us. Good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the This Morning segment on Newday on TV3. Please share with us your thoughts, your name, where you're calling us from first.
Let it go.
Hello, sir. We can hear you.
Yes, looking at the incident that happened, it's a disgrace to us as Ghanaians. In fact, the accident incident is as a result of poor governance. Our road networks are very poor. Not only that, there's a lot of other places within the country that some of these things normally do happen. Another example is just the recent incident that happened at the Tumu Bolga Road, where our minister had an accident. It's just due to road networks. And I'm pleading on the government to do as much as possible to fix this road network. There are other places where we don't even see them on the media, where people lose their lives every day due to poor road networks. In fact, looking at us, we can do it as Ghanaians. Ghana can do it, and then we can copy other African countries when it comes to our road networks. I think one of the major reasons why this accident occurred is as a result of poor road network on the stretch. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You didn't tell us your name and where you called us from.
I'm called Alhaji Amankwa from Naledi NNTC.
Alhaji Amankwa, thank you so much for calling in, linking the accident, first of all, to bad road network. There's a message from Ernest Xavier Yang, also from Wa in the Upper West. Hi, shout out to all the Wa people in the Upper West region. A number of you following us this morning. Says, good morning, Beatrice. In fact, looking at what I saw on the television this morning, it is condemnable. May the souls of those who lost their life rest well. However, this will serve as a deterrent to others in the future. Special greetings to my father, Simon Yang, and my uncle, Stephen Peng, all inside Wa. Thank you very much, Mr. Ernest Xavier Yang, also sending in your message from Wa in the Upper West region. Bonti Benjamin says, Beatrice, we can only pray for God's intervention from such dangerous situations because it's becoming too much. Thank you all for sending in your messages and for calling in. Well, are you looking for a university that will prepare your child for the future? Then Academic City University is the best choice for you. At Academic City, we do not just teach, we nurture creators, innovators, and leaders who shape tomorrow's world. We offer undergraduate programs in engineering, computational sciences, business and communication arts, and our BSc in artificial intelligence and robotics engineering are the first and only one of its kind in sub-Saharan Africa. With world-class facilities and industry-experienced faculty, students do not just learn the latest technology, they actually create it. And for working professionals and young graduates, we have got you covered as well, with our MSc programs in cybersecurity and data science analytics, as well as our professional certificate programs. At Academic City, our programs are practical, relevant, and future-focused. You can call us now on 026-269-3870 or visit acity.edu.gh for more information. Admissions are now open. Academic City, make your mark. Now, remember that if you want something that will fill your day filled with all the nutrients needed for a day filled with the best, there is Nutrinax granola bar, Nutri-Snacks. And so, yes, you want to grab one in any store near you. It's filled with honey, wheat, and all the essential nutrients you need for your day. You can take it either in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. And it's not just for adults. Children can also take it because it's filled with all the energy the body needs. So go to any shop near you, pick Nutri-Snack and, yes, granola bar, and you're sure that you get the best nutrients you need for your day. Now, if you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Within boutique nationwide today. Within offers an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics and ready-to-wear that come in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. With Within, you can get creative and versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in Within. Go to a Within boutique near you today and choose from a variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. Follow Within Fashion on Facebook, Instagram at Within Fashion, and TikTok at Within_fashion. Within, les créateurs. You're still here on Newday on TV3. Let me remind you that 2026 is the year to travel, explore and experience more. Global Wings Travel Tours, in partnership with Media General, invite you to experience the best of Malaysia and Singapore this April. Enjoy 9 unforgettable days with return flights, luxury hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, daily meals, visa facilitation, city tours, Genting Highlands with cable ride, inter-country transfers, and so much more. Why wait? Just make your April 2026 Malaysia and Singapore trip a reality. Call or WhatsApp now on 055-0188-181 or 055-3688-398 today. You're still here on Newday on TV3. When we come back, we'll bring you the big issues, sport, and some more. Do stay with us. issues that occurred over the weekend. The fact that Interpol decided to delete the name of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta permanently from its red alert. After this back and forth, you're also aware of the extradition process already started by the government. And so with Interpol now deciding to delete the name of Ken Ofori-Atta from its red alert, what does it mean moving forward? What is next? And would also be going into really the latest when it comes to the extradition as well. Again, there was that unfortunate incident, that terrorist attack on a truck that was carrying tomatoes from Ghana to Burkina Faso on Saturday. We understand that terrorists attacked that truck. A number of people have been shot dead, including Ghanaians. We've already seen a statement coming from Ghana's Interior Ministry indicating that the country is collaborating with Burkinabe authorities to try and find the identities of these individuals who have been killed and also try to see the way forward. But you do know that Burkina Faso has had serious insecurity issues since at least 2015 following the decision of the people there to topple the 27-year rule of Blaise Compaoré, and subsequently Ibrahim Traoré also taking over as a military leader in 2022, and what's happening within the Sahel and all the information coming from there. Data suggests that 51% of deaths reported through terrorism come from the Sahel area. And so what does this mean for Ghana and its security? We'll be going into that. We'll be speaking to a security analyst, Dr. Victor Doke, who will be joining us via video call. But right now, let me introduce my panel in studio. I do have just on my immediate rights, Mr. Alhassan Tampoli. He's a member of parliament for Gushewu, also private legal practitioner with the opposition NPP. Good morning to you, sir. It's great to have you here.
Good morning, Beatrice. It's good to be here.
Of course, I do have as well legal practitioner, private legal practitioner, and a member of the NDC legal team, Mr. Victor Kojogan Adaudu. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you as well for being with us this morning.
Good morning, Beatrice. It's a pleasure being here.
And I have our regular panelist with us, Dr. Bernard Tutubuahin, who is a political strategist. Doc, it's great to have you.
Yes, good morning to you. Good morning to my great lawyers and member of Parliament. It's good to be with you, and it's a great panel that we have here.
I'll be joined very shortly as well by Andrew Apia Dankwa, who is spokesperson, Movement for Change. He'll be joining us in the studio, and he's also the director of legal for the United Party. And yes, he'll be joining us as well very shortly. But I was telling you that Interpol has deleted permanently the name of Ken Ofori-Atta from its red alert list. And over the weekend, we saw the Office of the Special Prosecutor issuing a statement giving us a bit of flesh as regards the decision of Interpol. And I want us to go through that. Now, it says that the Office of the Special Prosecutor has received the decision of the Commission for the Control of Interpol's files concerning the red notice issued at Ghana's request for Mr. Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta. The Commission directed the deletion of the notice under Interpol's rules on political neutrality and notice processing, citing contextual factors at the time of issuance, including, quote, polarized political statements from members of current and former administrations about the conduct of the investigation, unquote, as well as public controversy surrounding prosecutorial and extradition processes, including public acknowledgement by senior officials at the Ministry of Justice of an inability at the time to pursue extradition due to the early procedural stage of the case. It says it's further observed that subsequent development made the notice unnecessary, as Mr. Ofori-Atta's location was known, cooperation with U.S. authorities was ongoing, and extradition processes had already been initiated following his arrest in the United States on 6 January 2026. Summons issued by the Criminal Division of the High Court in Accra have been transmitted for service in the United States, requiring his appearance to answer multiple criminal charges. Efforts to secure his appearance continue through established legal diplomatic channels. The OSP reiterates that it remains guided solely by law and evidence and is committed to due process and the fair, lawful and impartial prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences. So that was a statement issued earlier by the Office of the Special Prosecutor, giving us an understanding of the latest development when it comes to Interpol removing the name of Mr. Ofori-Atta from its red alert. Let me acknowledge the presence of Mr. Andrew Appiah-Duanka, who is the head of legal for the United Party. Good morning to you. It's great to have you here with us as well.
It's great to be on your show, and good morning to your lovely viewers and my two learned friends here and my doctor friend.
Perhaps I should start with you. Let me get your understanding of Interpol's decision this time around.
So let me wish your lovely viewers a good morning. So if I understand what has happened, Interpol has removed the red alert, and for me, I think it's pretty straightforward. So when you take into consideration the purpose of the red alert, as in is an alert you give to enable you what's called get hold of somebody who supposedly is a fugitive, as in somebody who is alleged to have committed an offense and is run away from the law. As things stands now, Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta is in custody, not necessarily in Ghana's custody, but he's in custody in the US, albeit for a different what's called issue. Everybody in the world knows where he is, and so for me, then this whole red alert, in my opinion, has no benefit. Because the focus of the red alert is not to necessarily embarrass people. As in the focus of the red alert is to aid in dispensing with justice, so that if at the end the person for which the red alert was placed on what's called is known, as we all know where he is, then for me, I think it wouldn't make sense to still keep the red alert. So I agree with Interpol's stance on this. What's called, I think, you see, what all this brings to the fore once again, and as in when you read the comments by the OSP, you must understand that in 1992, when we took our constitution, we all agreed that one of the fundamental principles that will guide our constitution, that will guide this constitutional democracy, is the principle of the rule of law. And we are all supposed to be, or presumed to be, innocent until proven so. And I think that that principle extends to Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, and the OSP ought to be guided by law and by the principles of the rule of law in how everything is being handled. I think if there's something that we have all felt, all of us, is in making this case look very political and very partisan. And so, even though, in my opinion, this is clearly a case or an investigation that ought to affirm our commitment to the principles of probity and accountability. But the way the discourse has been handled, the fact that the OSP, in my opinion, did not have the courage to pursue these actions when His Excellency Nana Addo was still in office, and had to take the steps he's taking now when they left office, gives credence to the view that probably this case is being politically motivated. So for me, I think it brings to the fore the whole discussion about the OSP, about the need for an OSP who's really independent, because in the way the OSP was set up, it still takes, not from, the OSP is not a creation of the Constitution. The OSP, the Act itself, takes its powers from the AG. You get a point. And the way the OSP has handled this case clearly shows that for all intents and purposes, the OSP is not independent.
So if I hear you clearly, you're saying that we're where we are because the OSP failed to do what it had to do in the first place.
Yeah, because the whole idea of creating the OSP was to have an anti-corruption czar who was truly independent of the Attorney General, who could not be controlled by the executive. And yet, in how we created the office of the OSP, the OSP, per the act that created it, takes its authority more or less from the AG. It's like the OSP is like an agent of the Attorney General. And to give credence to my view, strangely, these offenses that Ken Ofori-Atta is purported to have committed happened during the Ezra regime. And yet the OSP could not have the courage to initiate these actions until what's called Nanado left office. You understand? Giving credence to a belief that really the OSP is not independent. If it were, then for me the OSP ought to explain why these actions, these steps were not initiated during Nanado's regime, and you could only take these steps when it was called the lost power, bringing into sharp focus and bringing or creating the need for us to have a conversation about anti-corruption institutions, whether or not they are, in terms of how they are created, in terms of the institutions, whether or not we've placed them in a position to deliver their mandate. One country, we have OSP, we have IOCO, we have Shiraj, we have Attorney General, we have CID, we have police, and all these institutions purport to be what's called fighting corruption. You understand? So for me, I think if we are really committed to the fight against corruption, and we ought to be committed to the fight against corruption because of the losses occasioned by way of corruption, then, and if indeed we are committed to creating a body which is not meant to be partisan, which is not meant to be under the control of the executive, then we must do it properly. And to do it properly, in my view, is to have this body created by the Constitution itself.
Just very briefly, before I come to you, Lawyer Victor Dawodu, what I hear you say, aside from the problem with the Attorney General's department and the fact that the special prosecutor is not independent, as it were, you're also saying that if that office had acted in time, we would not have been in a situation where it looks like discussions around this very issue became political, which is one of the reasons Interpol has decided to take him off.
No. So there are two different issues here. I'm saying that Interpol, I support Interpol taking him off because then was we all know where Ken is. So why do you still keep him there? I keep him there because you want to embarrass the man or what? Because for me, that should not be the focus. We want justice. You understand? And want justice per the law. You understand? And that's why the OSP is saying, because you see, in 1992, like I'm saying, one of the cardinal principles that underpins our constitutional democracy is the principle of the rule of law. And that principle, in fact, dictates that we should all be presumed to be innocent.
And to proving guilty.
As things stands now, Ken Ofori-Atta is presumed, or we should presume that he is innocent. But having said that, and you see, when you read the Interpol tool, see, they don't want to, and in fact, and this issue will come also in the extradition issue, they don't want to use extradition to support cases that are perceived to be politically motivated.
Let me get your thoughts, Lawyer Dawodu, and I'll read the second paragraph of the statement coming from the Office of the Special Prosecutor to you again. It says the Commission directed the deletion of the notice under Interpol's rules on political neutrality and notice processing, citing contextual factors at the time of issuance, including, quote, polarized political statements from members of current and former administrations about the conduct of the investigation. You must be concerned that amongst all the other reasons Interpol gave, this is also one major thing that is said, which is the reason we are where we are.
Yeah, good morning, Beatrice, and good morning to the good people of Ghana. You see, let's really get what actually a red notice is, because we are here to educate people. And This is a global law enforcement request that is made. It's made to the countries, other countries where there is police, that they want somebody to trace somebody and know where the person is so that they will arrest the person for provisional arrest and maybe to extradite the person. So what they do, so it is not an international arrest warrant, no, right? So it's just to give notice to the police in all the countries where you are a member that we are tracing. We don't know the location of the suspect. And normally, it is based on a court order or a national order. What I understand is that it is becoming moot, the red notice, in the sense that now, as we speak, we know where Ken Oforiatta is. He can be traced. There has also been an extradition order that has been made to the United States government, and they are following. So keeping the red notice over there has become moot. And I think this is one of the reasons why even OSP itself says that, look, it's become moot. We know where he is. And it is not only to face maybe an inquiry or the criminal prosecution. OSP has even said that there are multiple criminal charges. And I'm sure there are other charges that the Attorney General and itself is looking at. The mere fact that it's been removed does not negate the fact that there is an albatross hanging your neck to come and answer for suspected crimes that has been committed by you. It is still there. So it doesn't mean that he's been taken off, he's been left off the hook. No, that's not the issue at all. And I can tell you that because extradition is a process between two governments, and it also calls for due diligence, in that it must be a crime within the United States, what we are alleging that he has committed. If they don't see that as a crime, it becomes one of the difficulties. The other issue is that yet maybe what society has been polarized, the Ghanaian society, because everybody has a right to make comment on political issues. And I'm sure the summation of the issues that have been looked at, that is why they have come to the conclusion that it might be for political purposes. And when it comes to political purposes, people think that we are going to be persecuted by my opponents. And unfortunately, these allegations only came out when there had been a new government. So if there was an old government, there was no way we were going to know that there have been issues of allegations of criminal enterprise, criminal activities, and we want him to come and answer.
So the point has to do with the commentary, the public commentary, including from the country's Attorney General, the kind of public comments that were made, making it sound like he was being prosecuted politically.
You know, one of the issues that as a country we have is that people always feel, and you know, that when there are issues which has political undertone and it is drummed, you know, all over, the judiciary, especially in this country, does not want to touch it. It always tells you that these are political issues. So where there is sometimes suspicion of crime and others, people think that, look, when we are able to get people in the media, in the social media, making noise about it, that this is persecution, then it might constitute what they say is politically motivated.
So you disagree that the public commentary from
I think the public
government officials, even including AG,
the AG,
might have
AG
added
was
up to this?
performing a constitutional duty. The constitutional duty he was performing is that under Article 21 going, it says that in a democratic society, you need to have sufficient information Now, once that's sufficient information, we are talking about the public purse, what the taxpayers' money have been used for. So he was only giving information to the people to carry out, look, it is your money. This is how we have realized it's been used. And at the end of the day, we want the people to come and account for their stewardship. So I don't see anything to say that if the Attorney General of the country decides to give the people information as to his investigation, and it's a standard practice, and he gives that information, and you say because of the information that will constitute a political purpose or a political interference, in that light, I disagree.
You disagree?
Yes. Now, quickly, let me just react as to my learned friend, Apia Dankwa, was saying. You see, on this occasion, I think that I'll hold brief for the OSP. You know, when the OSP was there, he's the second person to take that position.
After Amidu?
Yeah, after Martin Amidu. What happened? We all know Martin Amidu to be a fearless, bold person. But at the end of the day, he had to run for his life. He had to run for his life. Now, the current OSP, when all this was happening, there was no way he could have touched some issues. Because, look, there was an attempt to assassinate the OSP. That is known to the security apparatus, even the service commanders. It is known to them just because there was an issue which was dealing, a scandal they wanted to investigate. And the law enforcement institution were refusing. It was an issue. A director from the same institution was crossed, right, by another law enforcement institution. They wanted to take it. It is known. It's just that it did not come because of some national security issues.
Because people were questioning even why he decided to file it at the time if his life was really under threat.
No, it is, and I'm telling you that, look, it is only a fool.
Seriously?
No. From where I sit.
No, Victor.
No, from where I sit. No, from where I sit, and I know, and I'm telling you, right? And I'm telling you, you see, so it's not like I come here, I never come to media and spew anything, allegations, right? But this will not be for public consumption. That is why it did not come out.
Why are you saying it?
No, he's saying that OSP did not act. And the circumstances under which Ken Ofori-Atta left this country, right? If they tell you, it is a mystery. Whether he knew or he didn't know. Whether he could have acted.
But he said he knew, which was why people bashed him for not acting when he knew he was getting out of the country.
We got to know afterwards. He got to know afterwards. You see, it is not everything that they come to public and give the information, taking into consideration national security issues, right? So when people are bashing some officers at a point in time, when they do good things, praise them. When they do wrong, you can criticize them. But all I'm saying is that if you look at the circumstances under which he left, right? And I'm sure that there was no way the national security apparatus wouldn't have known.
Mr.
Right?
Tampoli.
But he couldn't have acted. And now why is it that the issues are coming and now he's bolding? It is because this government is not deciding that go after this case, take this case or no. He's been left to operate, and he's operating. So I'm telling you that there have been precedent to show, right from Martin Amidu's time to his time, that there have been challenges, systemic, which has been put in by the same people who have appointed you and want you to do. At the end of the day, they are also human beings. They fear for their lives. They fear for their family. So it gets to a point, they just have to allow some things to go. I was just answering Apia Dankwa's issue.
Mr. Tampoli, your thoughts?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning and to you, of course, my colleagues on the panel, and then to your distinguished viewers across the country, and especially to the good and virtuous people of Gushegu, my constituency. So I'm happy to be here this morning after a very long leave of absence.
Leave without pay.
Leave without pay. I mean, you approved our application, so that's how come we stayed out for a while. So today we are back, and I'm happy to be the first person to appear on your panel after our long absence.
It's good.
So this issue about Kenoforiata is a very heavily flogged issue. And we've been talking about Honorable Kenoforiata's issues for God knows how long. And one of the things that has brought us to where we are today is just some of the things that my very good friend Victor is saying. And Interpol is not like any institution that you can manipulate. They work based on facts, the evidence, and whatever intelligence that they gather behind the scenes. So when Interpol, an agency such as Interpol, comes out with a decision such as this, it has been very well considered. So one of the things that Interpol takes into consideration before deletion of some of these red notices, one, the grounds, is political, military, religious, and other considerations that violates and contaminate Article 3 of Interpol's constitution. That is one. Two, if there are procedural flaws in the process, then Interpol might consider deletion. The third one is when there is false information. Information is palpably false. They procure false information and the Interpol issues red alert, red notice. Then definitely they will have to delete. And finally, when you issue a red notice on the head of a refugee, a known refugee. So just for the benefit of viewers, these are four, main considerations for deletion. Now, in this particular instance, Interpol itself, in its statements, it appears of a predominantly political character, this issue. And then it shall be deleted permanently. What it means is that everything that has gone to Interpol, including comments that have been made by state officials, conduct by known NDC people at the U.S. Embassy, for instance. Comments such as what we are hearing from my very good friend, Kojoga Adawudu. These are the things that inform Interpol's decision. And Interpol is not an NDC wing that you can, just throw up stuff and say that, Interpol is an MPP thing, they are this, that. I mean, this is a permanent deletion and permanent embarrassment to the government of Ghana. Regardless of your political persuasion, you should know that things that we do have implications. I will not be surprised that going forward, all these extradition requests and so on and so forth would also be permanently banished.
Why do you think so?
Because
especially when the government has submitted reasons.
The reasons I'm saying this is because the U.S. government and other such Western governments are very particular about issues of political persecution. You persecute a person on the basis of his political ideology, on his political conscience and thoughts. That's definitely they will come after you. You understand? So I'm not too sure how this is going to pan out, but every day we hear about this case, it's as if we just want to grab this man, come what may. And it gives international community some jittery about what it is that we are doing. But let me come back to the issue of Martina Midu running away. I'm not too sure. Don't be surprised to receive an epistle from Martina Midu. Oh. Because Martina Midu is not, a timorous soul. If he relinquished the position, it will be for very good reasons. It is not as if he's a very, timorous person who is afraid of somebody.
I think he did mention that. He did mention that what he said. Just a second.
But you see, Beatrice, if you allow me to flow.
No, I'm allowing you to flow. I'm just saying that he said that there were structures. Okay, you go ahead.
I didn't say what you are saying.
You know, you are saying that. You are saying that even the very courageous Matiamidu flee, right? And so, whatever is happening to the current OSP should be viewed in the face of what has happened to Matiamidu. Nothing happened to Matiamidu. It's based on his own conviction. He left, and look, there's nothing more damning and more embarrassing than the removal of a Chief Justice of the Republic. We're talking about somebody trying to assassinate. In fact, these are categorical statements that he's making, and you haven't even asked him to provide proof.
But what has that? Look, what has the removal of the Chief Justice?
Beatrice, I'm saying that. Why would you allow him to make such a statement that his life, OSP's life, is in danger? Assassination attempt.
Wait, the
assassination attempt.
Himself
the ministry,
came out
the Ministry of Interior also wrote to him and requested him to give them further information. Right? Because you couldn't have made conclusive statements like that. And here you are repeating the statements as if it has been grounded in some evidence and so on and so forth. What is it that he knows that we don't know? Do you work with the OSP? And that makes the case even worse, because now you are speaking for the OSP. When you start speaking for the OSP, it becomes political. No. Because as a senior member of the NDC, when you come and say some of these things, it's difficult not to link it with, an attempt to make the office of the social political an arm of the NDC. They speak for themselves every now and again. In fact, they are very, very conscious of their space. And so when you come and say that the office of the special prosecutor is under, stress and so on and so forth, that's not true. When Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta was traveling out of the jurisdiction, it was during the transition period. He wrote a letter, formally notified the chairperson of the transition team, and then the co-chair, in this case, Honorable Frema Opari, who was the chief of staff of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, and Honorable Julius Deborah. Both of them were notified, and a long list of copy addressees in that letter was published in the public domain. So there was nothing hidden about the travel of Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta out of the jurisdiction. He properly notified the right people and he left. And he stated reasons why he was going out of the jurisdiction.
So you're saying that the special prosecutor was just giving us excuse?
No, so I don't even want to hold brief for special prosecutor whether he's giving us excuse or not. But what I'm stating the facts as they are. So when Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta traveled out of the country, his main reason was that he was going to seek medical attention, all right? And within that period, he had to be prepared to undergo a prostate cancer surgery, which he undertook in June 2025, after which they gave him time to recuperate and also to be visiting, the hospital every now and again. So the facts are very well documented, and the OSP had access even to the Manu Clinic.
But Mr. Tankole, aren't you evading some of the information giving us? Because there was a statement that came from the special prosecutor that indicated that Ken Ofori-Atta's lawyers had written, they didn't seem to have given details even of his medical case or where he was, and subsequently that line that he was going to be out of the country almost like indefinitely was suspicious to the OSP that he did not intend to come back, which was why he started the processes eventually leading to the red alert.
That's the conclusion that the OSP drew from the letter. Of course, you could draw any conclusion, but the fact of the matter is that I'm stepping out to go and seek medical attention. I'm not too sure when I'm going to be released back. So you can't be definite about the fact that after this surgery, the surgery might go well, it may not have gone well. All right? So leave it in the hands of the medical people to make a determination formally that, okay, in view of the success of the surgery, you can leave for anywhere in the world on so and so dates. Any day from that date, thereafter you could leave. So basically, what it is that I think that we've over-politicized this issue to the extent that even the international committee has taken notice.
But the politicization was also on the part of the MPP. The statement from the special prosecutor said that.
Said what?
Said that the political statement came from both the current and former administration. So you should also admit
we were responding
that you made it look like the government was
but you see, it was not an issue until it came out in the media.
No, but you admit that same statement that faulted the current government also said that your commentary also suggested that the current government
The former government.
Yes.
The former government.
Yes.
Nothing came up during the former government.
No, but it says that statement from both current and former administration members.
Yes, so if he says, for instance, for instance, if
let me
Victor,
ask my question. You admit
yes,
that statement from members of the former administration also politicized it, making it look like the current government was
with all due respect. You see, you make issue, you put somebody's issue on the front burner, all right? You discuss, adumbrate, and then turn the issues left, right, center, and then we cannot respond. We have a right to respond and then set the record straight. That's what we are doing. And so in setting the record straight, definitely they will take notes and say that the government said A, B, C, D, and then the minority also said A, B, C, D. So, and we have to even make those statements forcefully on TV, on radio, everywhere, press conferences and so on, just to establish the fact that the man is presumed innocent.
How do you interpret this then?
Or he himself admits that he's
you're saying that the public commentary of the current government showed that indeed they wanted to hang Ken Ofori-Atta at all costs. But you're saying that your explanation was rather to set the record straight. How do you explain that?
But it is what it is. I mean, what power do we have? Do we have any power to prosecute him? We don't have any power of arrest. We don't have any power of prosecution. And neither do we address any press conferences on a regular basis as the Attorney General does. The Attorney General will do the press conference, and then the government or whatever government machinery will support him. And commentators like us, like my very good friend Andrew, I didn't know whether you were introducing him as Movement for Change or UP.
He's with the United Party. Formerly Movement for Change.
So I wasn't too sure. I wasn't too sure about his capacity. So thanks for clarifying. But they are coming back home. They're coming back home. They're coming back home. But you see, what? You come. UP Plus.
UP Plus is a home. So you come.
You know, UP was formed in 1957, October 1957, if you remember.
Conclude on your thoughts, and I'll go to Dr. Bernard Tuwahi.
The truth of the matter is that this government has really caused us national and international embarrassments, and they have to go and step back, re-examine the way and manner that they do some of these things. A government is seeking to extradite Ken Ofori-Atta back into Ghana, but it's not pursuing any extradition seriously or vigorously with regards to somebody who is a fugitive that's been convicted and sentenced. And she is in the same jurisdiction in the United States. Sedina. All right? That should tell you something. This is a government that came into power and withdrew cases against NDC appointees, then who had been, some of them were at advanced stages of, prosecution and so on and so forth. Practically whitewashed everybody and brought in new set of, political appointees. That should tell you that it is a political persecution. Absolutely. Because otherwise, when MPP came into power, no political, prosecution was terminated. No case was withdrawn. Regardless of who was involved, every case continued on its own merit until its termination. NDC comes to power, they quickly remove everybody who is known to be an NDC person and replace them with MPP people. I mean, clearly.
Is that not what
we are talking about? We are talking about political appointees who were undergoing trial for corruption and corruption-related cases. Afoko was not undergoing any prosecution based on corruption.
You heard us.
You understand?
The Attorney General,
of course,
Mr. Tampoli, the Attorney General gave the reasons he acquitted those individuals, as it were. You don't think that those reasons were?
So one of them, for instance, was that if you are deemed to have, committed some corruption or corruption-related cases to a certain amount of money, there is a formula, 60-40. You remember that you pay 60% and then the state will discontinue the case. Now, the same Attorney General has been heard many, many times saying that this 60-40 is not available to others. It is only available to NDC people.
Again, what has this got to... I go back to my question...
It is only available to NDC people.
I go back to my question...
What more is more political persecution than some of these things?
I go back to my question of what this has got to do with Ken Ofori-Atta's case, especially when Interpol's statement actually blamed both parties.
No, we cannot be blamed because we are not in power.
Let me get the thought.
You understand? We are not in power. We don't initiate these things.
Yes. What's your own understanding of what's happening right now?
All right. So, good morning once again. Good morning to our viewers, and good morning to my colleagues at University of Education, Winneba. Special greetings goes to all UTAG members of UEW.
We will pay your allowances.
UTAG?
Yes.
Oh, yes. We are actually, I don't know whether you are referring to the strike.
Yes, the strike.
Actually, UTAG is not on strike. It is GAWA.
GAWA, okay.
That is on strike.
Okay. Yes. Yes. What is coming?
Idris.
Yes, sir.
It's quite interesting. I mean, when you read thoroughly the letter issued by CCF, all right, 3 pillars of that letter. Okay, the first one has to do with the political character. The second has to do with the procedural concerns. And then the third one, the operational irrelevance. And these are, the basis or the reasons why CCF decided to come up with its decision. And obviously, when you look at the reasons behind the political character, CCF seems to suggest that, they actually would look at the Interpol's, regulations and laws, and in this case, Article 3, which seems a bit contradictory, to the request by the OSP, saying that, the reasons and other evidence that they have picked seems to them that the whole request is politically motivated, and for which reason it is against the Article 3 of their laws. All right. Okay. The second one, which has to do with procedural concerns, it's my problem, basically. And I feel that I will agree with Lawyer Pierre Dankwa, on his position on the SP, Special Prosecutor, and the OSP. Because the reason is that the data that the OSP submitted, basically is insufficient and non-compliant. Why should an office of this repute, representing the interests of Ghana, representing the good people of Ghana, wouldn't do any due diligence, when it comes to matters of this nature? And then you submit documents that will not support your claim. Obviously, as it is, that case or that request was flawed from the very beginning. And even if you look at, past issues that has happened between the OSP and the Attorney General, where the two of them seems not to even agree on this issue about, getting Ken Ofori-Atta, to come or to even declare him as a fugitive. So it means that between the two of them, it seems that they were not in agreement. A kind of confusion between them. The third one has to do with the operational relevance. And the issue is this, as lawyer, raised earlier, that Ken's location was known. And if the man's location was known, why would you want to still hold on to this request? All right? Must you even go to the CCF or Interpol, for them to act? Straight away, when you understand the merits of what you are asking for, and you feel that it doesn't fit in, okay, a square peg in a round hole will not fit, why wouldn't you withdraw to save your face from future disgrace and all that? But you still maintain your position, and you did what you did. Now, the only hope that you have as OSP is that you are not dependent on what will happen between Kenoforiata and ICE. What should that be? So if that also hits the rock, which I strongly believe that ICE may not extradite Kenoforiata in the first place, looking at the trend of the issues, and even evidence, what has Interpol has even done, the CCF has even done, I strongly suspect that if ICE is going to look at the merits of the, the report by CCF, which probably may inform their decision, then of course the request of extradition would equally hit the rock.
So you're saying that irrespective of the statement we heard from the Attorney General that indeed they had submitted what was needed, even to an extent that the U.S. Embassy also gave a statement saying that they would not interfere or be a blockade when it comes to the government of Ghana trying to extradite Kenoforiata to the country.
Yes, so what in essence it means is that if U.S. says we are not going to intervene, we are not going to be a hindrance or whatever, it means that probably they are isolating themselves. But beyond that, it also means that they are going to use the process and procedures within, the U.S. courts and when it comes to issues of extradition, to determine the case. And when we study that extradition processes, in U.S., I think about 4 or 5 of them, it is not just, as easy as a ripe mango, on a tree which probably you can just plug and consume without anybody asking you anything. Okay, so I'm saying that there are so much complications that if the OSP, had thought about it, probably we wouldn't have gotten to where we've gotten to. All right. The implications is what, again, makes me wonder as to what the OSP didn't see or saw, to probably have his position firmed. In the first place, I think that this ruling, provides that kind of freedom to Kenoforiata, that he can now travel wherever he wants to go, except for probably the detention by ICE, isn't it? Yes. Now, what it means is that this even complicates, again, the ruling complicates the processes and provides defense to Ken and his team, as I said earlier, with regards to, the 27 people case that is going to be heard. And if some of these things, are taken into consideration, then of course, we are in to see something, interesting. I feel that I don't want to go into, the relationship between Ghana and US and all that, but I feel that there may be pressure for accountability, all right, as far as Kenoforiata's case is concerned. But what I see is that when it comes to high-profile cases of this nature, I think that, this is a kind of exposure and a matter of concern, not just to OSP, but again to Yoko the Attorney General's office, and all that. Because what I see is that there's a major weakness, in high-profile cases of this nature, especially when it relates to corruption and all that. Not just in Ghana, but even across Africa, because when you follow issues concerning extraditions and all that, most of the countries that have sent, requests for extradition, across Africa have failed, right? And I believe that we need to probably look out for a better way, to manage some of these things than probably always setting up controversies, generating controversies, turning issues into political defenses and political accusations and all that. I think that it wouldn't serve this country, any good when we continue within these tangents.
Lawyer Piadankwa, Lawyer Adawudu says he disagrees with some of the points that you made earlier. I wonder what your response is to him.
Well, I wonder if he disagrees or not. Really, I don't see that.
Some of the points you made, yes.
He was essentially giving a reason why he felt that the OSP couldn't act. But see, what it does is that it reaffirms my position. Because see, the whole idea, when we're having a discussion prior to what's called setting up the OSP, the whole view was that we're going to create a body that was independent, that was truly independent of political control. And then the need for us to have a body that was truly independent so that corruption that related to people in government, understand, can be done without any influence. And then, strangely, when we were setting up the body, we set up a body that really takes its authority from the Attorney General. We all know that even though the Attorney General is the only minister provided for explicitly in our constitution, the Attorney General is an appointment of the President. And if the OSP is under the authority of the AG, and by extension, we can comfortably say that the OSP is under the authority of the President. And you see evidence in that failure, in the failure to show his true independence in the trajectory of the case against Ken Ofori-Atta. So what my brother, my learned friend, is simply saying that is trying to reaffirm my view that the OSP is not what's called independent for all intents and purposes. Having said that, I think for the purpose of education, certain facts have been said here that ought to be corrected. See, the view has been given by my learned friend, Tampuli, that the letter written by Ken, yes, Ken indeed wrote a letter. Ken wrote a letter informing what's it called, the transition team about the need, about his need to travel. But in that letter, if you read the letter, he gave a clear date of returning. He said the medical what's called issue that the stated his need to travel was going to, I think, end on the 28th of January. You understand? Now, the letter where he said he was going to be away indefinitely was a letter that I think he wrote to the OSP himself, subsequent to the earlier.
After all the drama.
Yeah. Then he wrote a letter saying that he did not know when he was going to return. And so I think we only ought to get that fact.
In addition to that as well, there was also another letter because you were saying that you don't understand why the special prosecutor interpreted it that way. There was another letter, I just want to read that to you briefly before. He says, and that came from the Mayo Clinic where he was, and this is dated the 14th of May 2025. He says, "Dear Sir, Madam, I'm writing to inform you that Mr. Ofori-Atta has undergone an MR-guided biopsy and has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Surgical intervention has been deemed necessary after the testing." It goes on to say that, as indicated in my February letter, this surgical procedure has been scheduled for June 13. But if you go to the second paragraph, it says, following the procedure, Mr. Ofori-Atta will require a recovery period before he is able to travel to his home country. And this also didn't have any date. And subsequently, there seem to have been letters that didn't give any scope that Mr. Foriata was coming back, which was why the special prosecutor went ahead and initiated those procedures.
Indeed, during the last, Foriata is in front of us. The understanding I'm getting is that even the steps that we ought to take to so-called extradition hasn't been done.
It has started.
Yeah, they've started.
It started. There's discussion between
discussion.
the US
We were fantastic discussion. We were from January. My view about all this, my view about this whole Foriata thing clearly shows a fundamental lack of commitment by us, the politicians in this country. You understand? By us, the politicians in this country, to uphold the principle and value of probity and accountability, and it feeds into the political culture that we have in this country. And I am convinced that everything we are doing with Ken Ofori-Atta is just, something, let's do something to represent something. And when I'm saying that, I need to also bring in how we are handling Madam Tamaklo's issue. And how we've handled all political related corruption issues in this country. Why are we doing politics? It is necessary. Why have we created a culture where right now politics is the most lucrative profession? But we see politics has become the most lucrative. I watched a movie where a Ghanaian movie, the woman was advising the daughter that she should go and look for a politician. And she should make sure that the politician is either in MPP or NDC. Not you see, you should be MPP. You see, at that time, I was still in the MPP.
Okay.
Now, because of the failure of the politics we are doing in this country to deliver the purpose of politics. The purpose of politics ought to create virtuous men, ought to create a state that is strong, ought to create a country where our ambitions as citizens, as individuals, can best be met. You understand? But because of this culture, so MPP, as in my brother Tampu here, is so certain that latest by 2032, he will come back to power. 2032, as in your mind. So the 2032, let's try and see. But in your mind, no, but I'm talking about what.
Careful, we don't come after.
You see, I'm coming. So in the way we do our politics here, so it's then okay. If 2028 doesn't work, if 2028 doesn't work, 2032, dear, we are coming back. And then, at the other street says, okay, we have 8 years to do whatever we will do. There's no guarantee that we'll have time beyond the 8 years. You understand? That is the culture here. So whatever you do,
make sure it's not any different in the US. Democrats,
please,
let him land. I'll come to you for the final
against the Republicans.
There's nothing wrong. Please listen to what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to, in fact, that's what you should want. Because you believe that governance ought to be done in the system.
That's what political parties are meant for.
Please let me land.
Let me land, I'll come to you.
I want us to get this clear. I don't have an issue with us wanting power, because we all want power. You understand? But you want power because you believe that governance ought to be done in a certain way. You understand? And I'm saying that when you do politics and when you understand what politics is, then the end goal should be to create virtuous men. But to create a virtuous man, first of all, the easiest way to do that is to get power. You understand? You can still create virtuous men, help create virtuous men without power, because I can tell you, I'm convinced that MPP did much more for this country. MPP did much more for this country between the periods of 92 and 2000 when they did not have power. With their push, they leading the reforms that consolidated this our democracy. You understand? However, you can do even much more when you have power. Unfortunately, our politics have become so Machiavellian that when they get power, their focus is not to create virtuous men. Their focus is how do I sustain myself in power. And that feeds into the decisions they take. Because how can you justify why what's called MPP would decide to spend about 5 billion on NAPCO and just 400 million on one of their most transformational policies, the 1D1F. How can you justify why NDC will come and will scrape the 1D1F? Because if it's not being done well, maintain it and improve on it. But the key is, how do we sustain ourselves? And you see this in even how we are handling the cocoa issue. You understand? We criticize for criticizing sake, we oppose for opposing sake. We do not have the interest of the state at hand. And we see this in how Ken's matter is being handled. Because once again, I'm saying that we took a constitution that says that, listen, we are going to be governed by the rule of law.
Yes.
You understand? We took a constitution that said that we are going to be pushed by the principle of probity and accountability. So that, and perception is everything. You need to carry the people along. So immediately you come and without great justification, you stop all prosecutions. And then Ken's matter, there's really no commitment to pursue it. Madam Sedenam, we don't see great effort. Then people will question, why then do you need the power in the first place? And that's what I'm saying, that if really we are committed to a principle of probity and accountability, let us use Ken's matter, first of all, to correct the structural inefficiencies in how the OSP was created. Let's really look at how our anti-corruption laws are scattered. As things now, do we have a body of laws that clearly defines what corruption is? Again, let us consolidate all our laws and let's show real commitment to fighting corruption and create a system where we will create virtuous men.
You say what's in the Criminal Act 29 is not enough?
No, so you have...
especially Section 240, but that yes talks about election, but...
Election. So even with the election issue, how can you justify why it was in the division of corruption in elections? It just has to do with public elections. So in the internal party elections, where most of the corruption happens, there's no law that governs it. You understand? And strangely, you see that
it's not defined.
You understand? That's what I'm saying. Let's consolidate and let's show real commitment. You understand? From where I sit right now, our political culture is too Machiavellian and is too parochial. And because of that, we are not seeing the ends of initially I thought we were going to talk about even the insecurities here. But because we are unable to create virtuous men, the young people in this country are largely unemployed. The devil will find job for idle hands. And because of that, it portends real national security issues for all of us. So I would say that let's show real commitment and deal with what's called this corruption. Now, I'm glad my brother Tampu is here. He actually has raw power still. Because you are still in parliament.
Mr. Lawal, come for your final word, but I want to get, because I realized that Mr. Tampoli wanted to react to. So let me get your final word briefly, and then we'll move to the attack in Burkina Faso.
You know, political parties, much as they are supposed to be non-governmental, their elections are considered public elections. Yeah. All right? And this is established in law. Especially, I think, in the case that involved Dr. Obeda Samoa. Avalifo, correct. That case establishes that political parties are public, like more or less public institutions. So their elections are also governed by. So
Honorable, it means that elections held within a party, like delegates,
internal contests, and all of that.
Those ones are still public.
That's right.
Okay. So people can be held liable for
easily, and that's why we are utterly disappointed with the verdicts on.
So I want Mr. Tampoli, I want you to wrap up on your thoughts, and I'll come to Mr. Adaudu.
EC is the one who is
contracted by the party. EC doesn't just... No, the party themselves. The party contracts the EC. The party contracts the EC.
Says that they should supervise.
No, the party contract. We contract them. We can debate this.
Yes, of course. You can do your own elections. That's why the parties have elections committees. They can choose to do it themselves, but in order to ensure fairness and to create a sense that this election is not going to be manipulated by one or two people, they put it in the hands of the known election committee, which is the electoral commission itself. So, but I think that this issue about special prosecutor itself, you have made a very passionate call for the neutrality, independence, boldness, and so on and so forth. Now, currently, with what is going on with the OSP, I'm not too sure whether they even have the presence of mind to do their work the way that they should. Now, you had the majority leader, a leader of government business, a majority chief whip, bringing private members bill to Parliament to completely extinguish the office of the special prosecutor. Now that is threatening enough, and put the office, the special prosecutor and his staff on the edge. So they go to bed, they don't even know what Parliament is going to do next. So you don't have the predictability, the certainty that this office will continue to operate. Then you now have a litany of petitions
coming in
for the removal of the special prosecutor. And these are happening during this regime. So when you talk about threats against the office, look more now than what has happened in the past, which can't even be seen and deciphered by anybody. So let's continue to give, the special prosecutor and his staff good sleep for them to have some boldness, predictability, and certainty to work. Because you see, the fear is that long after the special prosecutor is done prosecuting MPP people, they are going to come after those who are in power. You understand? Because what is there to go and prosecute about any MPP person again? But the office continues to be in existence. So they may come after us. Is that why they want to remove them?
Is that your final thought?
So please, let's give special prosecutor the room to operate. They are not infallible. They will make mistakes. Just like the police make mistakes, the Attorney General, even the government itself. Cocoa Board has committed a mistake of monumental proportion right now.
Which was not accepted by...
To the extent that cocoa farmers, the number of cement bags that they could buy if they sell a bag of cocoa, they can't buy the number of...
Mr. Sampoli, I think your time is up.
These are some of the things that we should be looking at.
Mr. Daudu,
and not to be frivolous, fight against the special prosecutor.
Mr. Daudu,
pay the cocoa farmers.
Yes.
You have the
pay
floor.
them 6,500 cedis that you promised them during the election. Pay them 6,000 that the finance minister promised when he raised the 2025 budget. You should pay them that money.
Mr. Sampoli, your time, please.
For the first time, we are seeing a reduction in the price of cocoa.
Mr. Sampoli, your time is up.
They've created a mess.
If you can sell gold and run at a loss, how much more cocoa?
Now,
Mr. Sampoli,
You sell gold and then you run at a loss.
Mr. Daudu, please, go
You sell
ahead.
cocoa to you run at a loss.
No, let me run up of this.
Yes.
You see, on the Kent's issue, he has a choice. He can use the legal systems to come to Ghana or not. There is an option for the Attorney General to do trial in absentia, right? But nobody, whether he comes or not, there are consequences, ramification for him and his family. Where I sit as Kojoga Daudu, I don't think anybody is going to tell me that my father ran away after he was called to account. That will not be part of my family history, right? Nobody will say my father has been handcuffed before. So it is a choice to make. But the assurance I'll give to Ghanaians is that there are options. If he decides to desert his fatherland and go to another place, that is his own story. But the inquiry into criminal enterprises and the allegations will be done. He'll be given opportunity for hearing, and he's innocent until determined by a court. That is about that. So it's not a case also to say that the OSP is to prosecute only MPP people. Listen, it might be unfortunate, but the hard truth is that when Sedinam was convicted, she went to the years. They had opportunity to bring her back. They did not do that.
Oh, they did it.
This government is bringing Sedinam back for her to come and answer, right? What she has done, purported to have done, the court has given. There's always legal processes they can go through, and we are saying that we are doing a hard one. So the issue of the red notice being taken up permanently does not mean that the case is not hanging around his neck. All Ghanaians want to see is the truth. Was it that the man has been vilified? Or indeed, he did some things against the state, but if you look at the National Cathedral, you said it was a private initiative, but you pumped in state resources. Come and answer for it. You don't want to come. You see, and this is why sometimes I say that we have to be very critical, and I always thank President Mahama for the Mahama Care. that there are some ailments, right, you don't have because you're a politician, you have to travel. How about the people, the citizens? We don't know how to travel.
Are you talking about the vice president?
Are you getting it?
The vice president travels out to the country.
Mr.
Are you talking about her?
Mr. Tampoli, Mr. Tampoli, please. Your time, our time is really out.
Yes, because the equipment we needed here to buy, you did not do it. You did not do it. And we are now buying equipment through Mahama Care. We are buying equipment, bringing foreigners. No, there's an exchange program. We bring the experts here to come and train our people so that there will be transfer of knowledge. And that is what is going on to cap what has happened. So I would say that, listen, Ghanaians are impatient now. All they want to see is that their monies have been refunded. Those who are found to have dipped their hands in the public purse, they should be sanctioned and punished.
They should be sanctioned and punished. You say that the MPP government or the former government did not try to extradite Tamakulu. So the extradition process actually was started in September 2024, before the 2024 general election. Just wanted to mention that the extradition process started in 2024.
When was the conviction? Yes, the process, you need to start the process. But it was how many months to election?
After the conviction.
How many months after the conviction? How many months to election? And we are not saying that, look, let it come.
But it was not even made public.
Right.
It should be done quietly.
Mr. Tampoli, please, briefly, in like 30 seconds, if you can wrap up on this, and then we'll touch briefly also on the Burkina issue and what we need to do as a country.
I think that we've said all that we have to say. And basically, I want to look at just the moral, decision, or the moral choice surrounding this whole issue. I feel that where you've not committed a wrong, you don't hide behind, a wrong. So, for instance, if Ken has, the strength and he has the energy, probably he may go the moral choice way and probably decide to get to Ghana on his own evolution, state his case and all that. If it is true that the NDC as a party, the OSP, is trying to persecute him unnecessarily, we will see, and we will know. And then it will give us a clear-cut, view as to whether, political parties come to power, to victimize people unnecessarily or not. Then, of course, it will open up another debate, for discussions.
Indeed. Having landed on that, let me get your thoughts on what happened to the traders in Burkina Faso on Saturday. We understand that a number of people have died, including Ghanaians. We've already seen the statement coming from the Interior Ministry that the government of Ghana is collaborating with the Burkinabe authorities to identify those individuals. But really, this emphasizes the problem of insecurity within the sub-region. And I was saying earlier that data from 2024 shows that 51% of deaths related to terrorism come from the Sahel area. And already millions of people have been displaced. And the situation of Burkina Faso, that's just our neighbor to the north. And the instability there since the overthrow of Blaise Compaoré in 2015 and eventually Ibrahim Traoré there. For you, what kind of strategy should we put in place to protect ourselves in the midst of the instability with our neighbor and within the region?
You see, for me, the moment you move into another jurisdiction, your own country or your home country does not really have any protection over you. And what I feel a bit fascinating is that as to whether these traders, had been adequately informed about, the security issues within the northern part of Burkina Faso where they ply their trade. And again, what has Ghana done, to protect Ghanaian traders who move in there and out. I feel strongly that it is because of our own negligence, with regards to some of the things that we have refused to do in the past. Example, developing our agriculture to that level. I don't see why, a desert country could produce tomatoes for a country like Ghana with fertile, lands, to go to Burkina Faso to go and procure or buy, tomatoes. I hear that Ghana's annual demand, consumption demand for tomato is about 800,000, metric tons in a year. And out of which we are producing about 300,000. Okay, very bad. Okay, so it means that about 62.5% or so, is coming from this, the Burkina Faso. Now, what does it mean when we fall short of the over 60%? It means that economically, Ghana is going to suffer. All right. What it means is that our prices on tomatoes on the market is going to shoot up. And I feel that if government knows about this, what has Ghana government done? I hear that there are irrigation projects far north. What about the VIA irrigation system in Volta region? No, there's one too in Volta regional.
Or the Afife.
The Afife, And then, the Afife is used for rice.
Rice, yes.
Okay. But I hear there's about 2 or so projects, irrigation projects up north. What happened to the
Polugu, you mean?
The Polugu one is there, and then there's one other one that the name has actually escaped me. Now, what has happened to this one district? Is it the
1D1F?
No, the other one.
You mean the one by the agricultural transformation?
One village, one dam. What has happened to it? Okay, these are measures or interventions that could probably help us. The Wenchi tomato, factory, what has happened to it and all that. I think that we have sat down on concern, for things to be done anyhow, and we are suffering. Now it has gotten to the point where we are sacrificing human life. Okay, and I feel that we need to do something about it. And if it is about the resetting Ghana's agenda, then one of the areas that we need to look at probably is to how we can develop our agriculture through irrigation and through scientific, technologies, to be able to ensure that, we don't depend on some of these countries where insecurity becomes a matter of concern.
All right. Yes.
I think this whole issue of the Burkinabe issues and the terrorists coming. Terrorists have been endemic in some of the Sahel regions to destabilize mostly because of the military government, and not every foreign country is happy that there have been military. So you see the terrorists and the rest coming in.
And indeed, in Burkina Faso, 40% of the country is not controlled by the state.
Yes. Yes, so that is why exactly I'm sure Traore and the rest came in. They supported the system and felt that the system was not eradicating the problem or ameliorating what happened. But for me, it shows that there will be economic disruption between the countries, and we have to protect life. Because you see, when you travel to the north, they are the same people. Some even live in Hamile. There is a Hamile in the Upper West, and you go to Paga. They are neighbors. They have. So I think one of the things government should quickly do is to be able to alert the Burkinabe government and find a joint team and see how they can structure to protect the people and promotes the economic this thing. Because no matter what happens, we will have to trade.
I know President Mahama appointed the former National Security Coordinator,
Yes.
Lieutenant Colonel Gbevlolate, as the special envoy to the
Sahel
Sahel area.
Yes.
Are you able to tell us perhaps to what extent they are really working to deepen collaboration? Because mind you that Burkina Faso lost some trust for Ghana as a result of what transpired earlier.
It was a rebuilding process that I think that President Mahama, even himself at ECOWAS, was tasked to be able to speak to the Sahel Union, the people over there, so that we'd see how we can also bring them back and see the challenges that can be fought together. And I'm sure Colonel Gbevlolate has been in charge. He has been in charge of security, even in Africa. When he left national security, he was sent to Algeria to look at some of this thing. So I think that falls within his portfolio. The most important thing I've said is the human life. You need to look at the economic and make sure that there will always be trade, and they are always driving. They come here, there are vehicles, and in every border community, it's a feature in every border community that there are miscreants, and they always want to take advantage of people. That's right. Because once you're a foreigner and you are even going to another country, there's some fear and some around you. And the miscreants always want. So I believe that the Minister of Interior should also make sure our institutions, especially the police, the military, who are patrolling the borders, are able to shepherd and chaperone these traders. I know a time when we were having problem with this Bole Bamboy to Wa Road. Yeah. There was always armed robbery on that road. What the police decided was that they packed the number of vehicles, about 20, lead them, escort them, and come back. The other side, I think this can be the temporary measure where our farmers or our traders are going in. If we have collaboration with the Burkina Faso institution also, they should also to provide the same security. So whilst we are doing this and the people get into Ghana, I'm sure that we will reduce the jihadists, and the people over there will know, and they will feel threatened and know that this is the way of going. And I think that the posture should be that, look, whilst you are there to destabilize us, when we also get you, there will be annihilation. No. You see, it should be boot for boot, and let them know that we are coming and we are prepared for you.
We are prepared.
I think that is what we should do. But we should not treat it like with kid gloves or want to be nice. No, let the other government also agree that this is the way we want to step up.
Indeed. Mr. Tampoli.
Thank you. I think that I need to extend my condolences to those who lost the families of those who lost their lives and those who got injured in the course of the attack. My information is that almost all the men who were in the vehicle were all killed.
Yes.
And then the females suffered various degrees of injuries. And I think that we have to extend our sympathies to them. Now, the ECOWAS protocol, free movement of people, goods since 1975, 79 or so, provides for citizens of various countries. 90 days, you can stay in another country, you can establish residence, you can do all manner of things. That's in keeping with, who we are prior to the balkanization, and creating of artificial borders. You go to some communities or some towns, somebody has a house, part is in Ghana, part is in Togo. Yeah. You go to Widana, Polomakom area, you can find some of these things. And, some people's farms straddle, both countries. And it's a natural feature that you find across everywhere. So some of these our people feel that, look, we've been doing this for a long time. So even when the borders came, they still don't see them. They still see Burkina Faso as an extension of Ghana. And so they freely go without even seeking, any guidance as far as the security situation is concerned. But what is important for us as a country is to protect ourselves against any spillover into our jurisdiction. And I think the security, architecture has been very, very tight over the years. Now, this is an area that we don't compromise, and we don't even put politics in here when it comes to some of these issues. So the security situation should be continuously assessed, and then rapid responses provided. This is likely to cause us some serious economic disruptions. All right, these traders would no longer be going. Those who are coming to Ghana may not also be coming sometime because of some of this distraction. Nobody would walk into Burkina Faso again thinking that, look, I may be the next person to be attacked, and that's going to affect us one way or the other.
Yeah, Jerry.
So border security, transport security, and just like my brother Victor mentioned, we need to put in place some temporary measures to be able to escort some of these trucks every now and again. But it has wider regional implications. Because when you have instability across, chances are that you'll be the next. Okay, chances are that you'll be the next. And even without you being the next, there is a possibility that your country will become, an oasis where people are going to come in as refugees. So one way or the other, even though you are not part of the conflict, you are bearing the brunt of the conflict. So we have to extend, whatever support that we have for our brothers, in Burkina Faso, share intelligence, and more or less find ways of nipping in the bud some of these jihadist activities that we have in the sub-region. Insecurity in one country is insecurity to all of us.
Indeed.
And it's a collective action that we must all take in order to be able to deal with this situation.
Thank you. Let me get your thoughts, Apia Dankwa, briefly.
Yeah, so, and let me say that I agree with all of their views.
Yes.
I agree with everything they have said. And just to add that, for me, it then becomes very important for us to look at ECOWAS again. You understand? If there's a time for us to be speaking about African Union, you understand? If there's a time for us to strengthen ECOWAS, I think that the time is now. Also already, there are beliefs that the only reason why we have not been attacked was this: they come and reorganize
the haven, as it were.
Yeah, in Ghana. So it's not like we are doing some magic. No. So when there's this insecurity, always pick a country to be where they come and reorganize. Probably just like that. Not like we all come like that. They have business. Now, for me, we have to show that Burkina Faso is not part of ECOWAS.
Yeah.
Burkina Faso is not part of ECOWAS. And
Mali and
Niger are not part of. Yeah, and we've also allowed ECOWAS, West Africa, to become the playground once again for the geopolitics to be played, and we're all seeing the consequence. I think we must hasten efforts to solve whatever issues that caused Burkina, Niger, Mali to leave ECOWAS in the first place. I think I must commend the president for taking serious steps at leading that effort. And like I rightly said again, I think, we organize AU, I think you were prosperity, what's it called, Africa Prosperity Initiative. Yeah. I've also organized this because if there's a time for us to be united as Africa, real unity, then the time is now, because the geopolitics of this world is being rewritten. In all the previous times, we didn't take part.
Thank you.
But now we have the opportunity to take. So let us join, and then once we do that, we will be in a better position to deal with the fundamental issues that is causing all these.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Lawyer Andrew Apia Dankwa, Head of Legal for the United Party. Thank you for coming in and for sharing your thoughts with us. Dr. Bernard Tutubuahin, political strategist, thank you. It's always great to have you here. And of course, to you as well, Al-Hassan Tampoli, Member of Parliament for Gushewu, also private legal practitioner. Lawyer, thank you for joining us as well.
Thank you.
And we've also had Mr. Victor Kojoga Adaudu, private legal practitioner, member of the NDC legal team. He had to take a leave of us earlier. But thank you, gentlemen, for coming in and joining in the conversation. Let me say happy birthday to Nanaya Jantwa, presidential staffer. Today is your birthday. We wish you all the best for the day and the year ahead. But a number of you have sent us your messages, so I'll just read just a few of the messages that you sent in. Aziz Donla says what happened to citizens plowing through the Burkina border who were killed is unacceptable and must not be tolerated. I'm not able to read more of your messages, but thank you so much for sending in your messages. My name is Beatrice. So to stay with us, we're back with some more. On TV3. From morning, I had been telling you that Accra Hearts of Oak didn't do well when it comes to dealing with Kotoko in their own home in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Biele Shen will be joining us shortly to bring us all the details. You're welcome to Sports. And Bill, hi, good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Beatrice.
How are
What's
you?
Up?
Yeah,
I'm
great.
good.
Are you also a Hearts of Oak supporter?
Oh, no.
You are Kotoko?
No, none of them.
Oh,
Me,
okay.
I'm a neutral.
Then join me, Samatex.
That bien fat.
This morning, I was happy for one thing that Lan had lost her voice because we would not have rested here today.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, she would have referenced the plantain team.
Oh, my God.
About 10 times during the discussion. But
wow.
Yeah, shout out to Nana this morning. I'm sure she's very, very happy.
Yeah, she was here earlier, yes.
Yes, she's very, very
I needed to give her a megaphone. I couldn't hear her. She had lost her voice. I'm sure she just screamed throughout.
Yes, yeah, she probably did. And it's a good time to be a Hearts of Oak fan. Getting that victory over Asante Kotoko. For the first time at the Baba Sports Stadium since 2018.
Wow.
Really, really
Oh,
significant.
then they really meant them.
Yes. It was.
Because the last time it was Kotoko that came to score them here,
yes,
right?
Yes. And Hearts of Oak hadn't beaten Kotoko in the last 5 meetings between the two.
Wow.
So it was quite important for Hearts of Oak to at least get something out of this one. And so to actually get that is a testament of the kind of confidence boost that they would get. And it also opens up the title race a bit for them because now they are only 5 points behind league leaders Mediama, which is good because they have 12 games to go in the Ghana Premier League. So there's still time to actually catch up.
Yeah.
But for Kotoko, I mean, now they are well behind, about 8 points behind Mediama, 8-9 points behind Mediama. And since they are also out of the MTN FA Cup, it leaves their season ever closer to going trophyless again, which isn't a good look for one of the biggest clubs in the country. Wow. So yeah, it's not looking good. And they are under interim management too. So they really need direction, they need decision, and as fast as possible. That was Hearts of Oak's goal. Terrible goalkeeping by Mohamed Kamara, the goalkeeper of Asante Kotoko, but Hearts wouldn't care. Baba Adamu wouldn't care either because that was the decisive goal for them. Even after going down to 10 men, they still managed to get the victory.
Yeah, I think we can watch the coach. Is it a coach? Yes.
Yes. So both coaches, that is of Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko, did speak right after the game, and this is what he said.
The boys did their best. They kept on fighting even to the end. But it's just a mistake from the goalkeeper caused us all this. So, of course, nothing you didn't see it. We put 2 men at the top and then 2 on the left and the right. We did that one. I think you didn't recognize it. Of course, it's very, very difficult for us. We need to fight very, very hard before we can get that title ourselves. It's not easy. Oh, yeah, the ambition they brought, they went to fight to win the game, and they did that.
I think that whatever we knew they were going to do, we steadied the team. We appreciated their strengths, and also we appreciated our strengths. And then we knew there were going to be moments where we would control the game. And I think we controlled the game right from the beginning until we had the goal. And then with this, we looked a bit destabilized when we had the red card. And then we needed to manage the situation in that moment. And then at half time, we have that moment to structure in order to deal with the situation.
Mr. Dramani, he needs a raise, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, for this one, because they haven't scored them in that long, and also for scoring them in their own country, you call it. Yeah, I think he needs some motivation.
He needs a lot of praise. It's not easy.
Yes, but the fans have also been talking, right?
Yes, a number of fans, both on the Kotoko side and on the Hearts of Oak side, did speak after the game. Kotoko fans definitely not happy, whilst Hearts of Oak fans excited after the win.
Hey yo, hey yapa, na mi rahu papa.
Masa, who said that? Yeah, but crucial match say. Crucial, I can't 1 week, I'm a crucial match. Was my Pamu coach, head coach. Head coach now, no, on him, I say, at least woman born here, or Lucio, we didn't come up Pamono. Did it have an experience for work? Did the entire Massa coach where what bone, coach where I say, dear, and then coach way, I say, if I say, you confirm on my head coach.
Bona kotoko bona ye bona nko baby keeper dan one no mle bona to yes ra boys no yes ra mo we disappointed papa no credit and then in fact boys na mo aye
I have to focus because in 2017, yeah, Shakotoko. Then I saw me. I'm a team in Kenya album. At the boys, let's see. Money policy. I stand for life. I stand for life. It will be a race. Keep up. It's a boy to sell. Any striker.
Kamara Nyashi, has to folk coach no tactics about body no, and I'm a winning game no. Ball required 50-50 ball corner referee the moment. Because see the 2 red cards, cast of folk winning game no. I know Kotoko anytime you might put game, Kiki Biano has of the Baba Shomwa. And then the last time Yadamania shot a minute shom, and it is finished. Has coach me Kotokoni, but did you coach Bia or we did game or we did tactics? Because that time I would do red card, no one, no one. Or I say, I didn't miss it back. Nothing more to up front. To 2 number back, Betra Santa, the moment or better born, almost no.
You see what happens when you score? The man who spoke before this almost did 2-0. Next time when they get scored, I want to see him again. Whether he will talk the same way.
Yes, you usually talk a lot more when you win, but when you lose, then you just keep quiet.
But anyway, what else we need to do? Do we need to know briefly before you go?
Of course, we do have some particular slides, of course, the results. Bechim United defeating Young Apostles 1-0. Brekum Chelsea defeated Heart of Lions 2-1. Gold Stars defeated Holy Stars 3-0. Karela defeated Dreams 1-0. Hoho United defeated Nations by 2-1. Radio All Blacks defeated Your Samatex 1-0. Midiama drew 1-1 with the Diana. Vision defeated Wonders 3-0, and Heart of Oak, of course, defeating Asante Kotoko by a goal to 0. On the table, Midiama still top, 44 points, but Gold Stars and Heart of Oak are now 5 points behind Midiama. Diana fourth with 37. Asante Kotoko are currently 5th. And then at the bottom side, Young Apostles, Hoho United, and 11 Wonders still yet to reach at least 10 points in the Ghana Premier League this season.
Yeah, we've been at number 6 for too long.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in terms of the head-to-head, Asante Kotoko, I mean, before they had won 4 and drawn 1 against Hearts of Oak. Now it's changed to more or less 3 wins, 1 draw, and then 1 defeat.
And let's scream it! The man who moderated that super clash, Mutala Yakubu. Today is his birthday.
Yes. Mutala, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, of course, we do know that 2025 he endured some sorrows, losing both his parents. And he's expected to bury them later this month.
Okay.
And what we pray for him as 3 Sports is that he celebrates a lot more wins in the year 2026 to make up for the sorrows that he endured in 2025.
I always say that he did extremely well. I mean, having lost both parents, but he was still very strong moving around. So happy birthday to you, Mutala Yakubu. I call him the Mutala Yakubu. You're celebrating your birthday with Nana Yajantua, presidential staffer. Happy birthday to both of you. Well, you're still here on Newday on TV3. When we come back, we'll bring you some more. Don't go away. I did promise you from the beginning that we'll be bringing you a report from our schools. And Kukiti went to Harrow's Preparatory School, which is where she had her basic education, to bring us a report, really how the school is like and some memories that she had there. Watch this.
Standing in this, in front of this classroom today feels very surreal to me right now. I was here, I think this must have been class 5A. This was the classroom that formed the Kukiti that you see today. Well, I'm told that it's no more in use, but I remember this blackboard. This was the blackboard that taught me everything that I know today. And I remember Mr. Sean Katai, my English teacher, who would stand here every morning to make sure that we could speak impeccable English. His soul rests in peace. But when it comes to my very formative years at Harrow International School, Mr. Sean Katai would always be a part of the story. But let's move on to when I came and repeated class 5 here at Harrow International. And then later on, I think I was promoted to class 6. I'm saying I think because it was a long time ago. And you can see the desk at the back. This is where Mr. Aheto, Mr. Edu, and Mr. Omari would normally conduct their very early morning mental. If you were in SHS, no, JHS at the time, then you remember exactly what mental was. Look, let me demonstrate to you what it was. Now, the desk has been turned the other way around, but I would normally sit like this. So we are facing this side of the classroom, of course, in front of the blackboard. And then your head is down like this. Everybody's head is bowed. So when it gets to you and you don't get the answer correctly, with your back and your head bowed, you feel the cane. You feel, what did I say? You feel the pain of the cane at your back. Those times you used to go like pew, pew. And then whether you cried or not, well, your head is bowed. So it's just between you and your God. But it's sending a lot of memories to me right now because I remember exactly what this classroom, class 5, was for me at the time when I was here at Harrow International. The place has changed a little, not just, it hasn't changed much, it's changed just a little bit. I see a canteen here. Back then, we didn't have a canteen at all. Let me just get close and say hello to the women who are manning the canteen now. Hi, good morning. Can I say good morning to you properly? Good morning, how are you doing? Fine. Good morning. Congratulations on all the good job that you are doing here. There was no canteen, so I didn't get to enjoy anything at all. What's on the menu today? What are we eating today? Hey, because I came here. Nice one. All right, so let me finish. I'll come back and enjoy the fried rice. All right, so back then, we didn't have the structure here, but all these classrooms were here. And I remember when I was promoted to class 6, this one, which is the digital library now, used to be class 6. I remember that very, very well. And then the other classrooms also followed at the time. But true story is, at the time when I was here, these walls seemed so very big because I was a very tiny little girl with no dreams at all. Yes, I didn't have any dreams at all when I was in Harrow International School because I was coming from Ekurase, as we'll call it in our local parlance. I was coming from Hohoi. I was coming from an LA school. Unfortunately, at the time, they even used to teach us in Ewe. So when I came to Harrow International, I couldn't speak proper English. I remember back then, I couldn't even spell words like mango and friend. I couldn't do common math. I couldn't just put common answers together. But this school, Harrow International, is the school that gave me my very foundation. So if you're seeing me on TV now, doing my best, doing what I do, this was the school, or this is the school that's responsible for my formative years. And it's so surreal, and it's actually unbelievable to be back here this morning to receive this resounding welcome. It got me teary because never did I think, all the years that I was here in Harrow International, never did I think that I'll be back here one day as a TV presenter. It didn't even occur to me at all. But thank God for grace. Thank God for all the hard work that I put in. But most importantly, thank God to all the teachers, starting from Harrow International all the way to St. Mary's Secondary School and to the University of Ghana. All the teachers and all the lecturers who have helped shaped me. I am back here to say a big thank you. Now let's go interact with some of the pupils here. And yep, that's a huge backdrop that has been placed comfortably on the wall to welcome me and to make me feel very, very special. And so most of the teachers I've mentioned are no more in the school, and I'm sure some of them are not even alive. But you know, as they say, no matter what happens, no matter how many years it takes for you to come back to your alma mater, there's always that one teacher who is still there. And in this instance, it is Mr. Ta. We'll get to speak to Mr. Ta in no time. Come with me. All right, knowledge is power indeed. So I'm going to comfortably sit, and I'm sure I'm going to have a little conversation with one of the teachers. And in the shot are also products that we have brought from our sponsors. Thank you very, very much to all of you who have given us products so that we can make the students happy this morning. Thank you very, very much. Now, let me just quickly mention all the sponsors this morning. We are super grateful to you for making sure that we are putting a smile on the faces of all the little ones here. Special thank you going to Indomie, Top Choco, Flora Tissues, Heaven's Mosquito Spray. Thank you so much for donating the books, and A1 Bread for providing breakfast to the students, and especially to Emmanuel Ajaho. Emmanuel, you are the reason I am here this morning. Good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
How old are you?
I am 9 years.
And in which class are you?
Basic 4.
You are in Basic 4. Times have changed, eh? Our time we will say class 4, but he's saying Basic 4. Let's have a little conversation. Sit with me. Let's have a little conversation. Okay. The first time that you walked in Harrow International, do you remember? How many years ago was that? Do you remember?
No.
Oh, you don't remember. So all you remember now is you are in Basic 4. Okay, who is your favorite teacher?
Sir Isaac.
Mr. Isaac is your favorite teacher. And what's your favorite subject?
French.
You speak French? Okay. I cannot speak any French. When I was here, I don't think that I remember anything that happened in my French class. But how do you say good morning in French?
Bonjour.
Yes, that I know. And then how do you say you're welcome to Harrow International in French? How do you say you're welcome? How do you say you're welcome?
Bienvenue.
Bienvenue. Good stuff. So where is mom and dad? Where do you live here in Accra? Where do you live?
Abeka Farama.
Oh, you live in Abeka Farama, so it means that you are very close here. And the meals that are served at the canteen, which one is your favorite?
Spaghetti.
You like spaghetti. Okay. So I have your terminal report here in my hand, and I can tell that you are very, very brilliant. So creative arts, wow, you had a 1, French 1, computing 1, history 1, UCMAS, I'm not sure what that is, you had a 1. Mathematics, you had 1. Religious and moral education 1. Everything is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Tell me, how are you so brilliant? Do you do extra classes? Do you learn back at home? Who's making sure that you're getting all these very excellent grades?
My teacher and my parents.
So your teacher and your parents. Your teacher, are you referring to Mr. Isaac?
And all the teachers.
And all the teachers here. All right, Emmanuel, so tell me, when you grow up, what do you want to become?
A pilot.
Oh, you want to become a pilot. Why do you want to become a pilot?
Because I want to sit in an airplane to experience all the American countries.
You want to experience all the American countries as well as all the other countries that you'll be able to visit. Okay, who's your best friend here?
Aiden.
His name is Aiden. Is he also in Basic 4?
Yes.
He's also in Basic 4. How many siblings do you have? Do you have other brothers and sisters?
Yes.
How many of them?
2.
2 sisters or 2 brothers?
1 brother, 1 sister.
What are their names?
Raymond, Ajaro, and Juliet.
And what are the names of your parents?
Gifty, Heje Ajaro, and Paul Kujo Ajaro.
So, Gifty and Paul, we want to say a special thank you for grooming this young man and making sure that he's scoring excellent grades here in school. And to Mr. Isaac especially and all the other teachers here at Harrow International. But Emmanuel, we brought you good news this morning, okay? You see all the items there, they are for you. And you're going to be sharing with your other colleagues here. And the other good news is we are going to be paying your school fees for you as well. What do you say to that?
Thank you very much.
Are you excited about it?
Yes.
So TV3 is here to show all the love this morning, and we are making sure that his next term school fees will be paid by TV3, of course, with me in the picture as well. So congratulations to you. I'm seeing your results, Emmanuel. Me, when I was here, let me tell you, I mentioned their names this morning on TV. So it was Ralph Enima Sumenin, and then it was Michael Apia. It was Jennifer Komia, these 3 people, and then Abdul Rahman. All these 4 people, they didn't give me peace. So I was fourth till I left. I think once I came 3rd, but I see that you are always first, and last time you were first. Is there anybody who challenges you in your class sometimes?
Yes.
What's the person's name?
Clenem.
Oh, is it Clenem? Is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
It's a boy. So you and Clenem are the ones who've been competing amongst each other. Okay. So I'm going to introduce you. Come and sit on me. I'm going to introduce you to one of the teachers who was here teaching me all the way back many years ago. His name is Mr. Ta, and it's such a pleasure to come back to meet Mr. Ta, still teaching here at Harrow International. You know what? Let me do it properly. Emmanuel, stand on this side for me. Stand on this side for me. Let me do it properly. Mr. Tampacho, good morning. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, and good to see you again. So Emmanuel will stand here by me. Mr. Ta, how long have you taught at Harrow International?
44 years.
Hey.
45 thereabout.
Wow. 44 years.
1981 I came here.
Okay, take me back to 1981. How did you get to... Because I told me so. Were you teaching elsewhere before you came, or this was the very first school you started teaching?
Harrow was the very first school I started teaching.
What subjects have you taught all through the years?
Many subjects. Maths, science, English, and everything. I'm a teacher of all trades.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So now I'm teaching only tree.
Wow. Say tree. When I was here, did we used to learn tree? I don't think so. At the time, yeah, Chonlo. At the time, yes. At the time, it was gone. Mr. Ta, what do you miss back in the day that you don't see now, but you still miss? What would it be?
Oh, there are a lot of things I've missed. I've missed many headmasters. I've missed many teachers who have come and gone, and a lot of things.
Mr. Ta, so what's that one thing that has kept you still at Harrow International?
Okay, the management is good, and then the headmaster is also good, and that has kept me here. Yes.
The only thing that has changed about you, now I remember, gray hair and but you haven't changed much. You still look so much like you used to look when I was here. Now, Mpacho, what has kept you going? Then how do you keep yourself, and how have you stayed healthy till this time?
Many people do ask me about this, but it's only God. It's only God. No amount of food that I will eat, it will keep me. Yeah. Only God.
Mr. Ta, it's good to see you. I'm very, very happy that after these many years, I could come back again to the school and at least meet one teacher who's still teaching here. Emmanuel, so we brought you some gifts. Bring that bag, collect that bag and bring it. Emmanuel, so this bag is for you, and everything in it is for you. It's from myself, and it's from TV3 as well. Heaven Black Mosquito Coil says that I should give you all these books as well as everything else that's in here. So you've got your jotter as well. Do you still use jotters?
Yes.
and I've brought you some markers as well. The pens have poured in the bag, but yes, I brought you so many pens. They are all in the bag. All to encourage you and to let you know that you are amazing. You are doing well. I am proud of you. TV3 is proud of you. Every teacher and every student here is also proud of you. Congratulations. You are very welcome, my darling. Miss Tata, enti anope ye baya enya bone nyame adom me school no me free ha me kotwa so was St. Mary's and I'm Sakwa University of Ghana so empatron me we wa ha me we class 6 e wa ha say on kai ache I chepa and see say we church into na me no katwi you know and then matwa so na nyame adom and ne me a TV presenter Ewo TV3. Intimebaya is just thank you to all of you. Mr. Sean Kata, Yankupon Fanekra NCA. I'm told that he passed last year, but he will forever be a part of my story. And ukai Mr. Hetu. Ukai Mr. Mare. Ukai Mr. Edu. Ukai Omunyina. Wow. Omunyina Basiko. And ukai Tagon. Tagon, ukai ono. So nane makrampo ewaha. Sijo. Mr. Sijo, he was here. Wow. Congratulations. Nyamen ho. Yeah. Debbie Minkai Kashia Debbie. Baukai Miss Cobold. Young lady be Miss Cobold or betra class 5 kakre be now kai Mr. Frimpong. I okay Mr. Frimpong. I omunyina tre me ade. Yes. Enti ye baya appreciation asida. And yedebaya nyamisha mu bebre ne adwuma pa mo for all the other students as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that the reason we came has been fulfilled. One more time, let me say a special thank you to all of our sponsors this morning, making sure that you are carrying your heavy bag this morning, and Indomie, Top Choco, Flora Tissues, Heaven's Mosquito Spray for donating all the books, and A1 Bread for providing breakfast to the entire school this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. So it's our very special Valentine's Day package. We are giving back and we are sharing all the love with our alma mater, and that's why I am here today. And now as a screening from Nasasa, because Mimi Wahano, na ye kokonteno, and you change you call blue and white, okay? Oh, sir. And after blue and white, you know, must send how many times?
Oh, about 3.
Okay, this. Okay, with the Harrow Preparatory School written in front of it. Wow. Okay, so long as it's still one of the best schools in Accra, we are still very grateful to God. Emmanuel, high five. Keep learning and keep making us proud. Why? Mizata, Nyamisha Obibre. Thank you. Of course, me the package here, bro. Me worry, we are me who special. We are me who special. What I say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's they're going to mean take leave. Mami, we may wrap up now. Who take leave? I'll be in your package, you know. What's who take leave? Who in your package, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our special Valentine's Day package from Harrow International, my own alma mater. This is where my formative years started from, and this is where I got my very foundation in education and everything else from. And I'm grateful to God to have been able to come back to such a resounding welcome. We'll come back again. Yes, speech and prize giving the anniversary, you know. But main one year August, but launching it is in 2 weeks. I'll make sure that I come back again. It's still TV3 Newday. Thank you so much for watching.
Cookie has made me miss my school already, yes. But that was a great interaction. Thank you so much. And for the gifts giving the children and all the sponsors, yes. But yes, you're still here on Newday on TV3. Very shortly, we're going to be celebrating, those of you celebrating your birthdays. Of course, Mutala Yakubu Nanaya Jantua, we've spoken about it. But the 4-day Ghana Month Expedition, which we are bringing to you, runs from 19th to 22nd March 2026, exploring 3 key regions, Eastern, Ashanti, Central regions. Here is the itinerary lineup. For day 1, Eastern region, 19th March, will be Cocoa Echo Tour, that's chocolate demo, fruit tasting, Safari Valley, also lunch, exotic animals, bird watching, nature walk. We have also Bunso Eco Park, which is canopy walk, zip line swings, Rock City Hotel, dinner party with DJ faculty at BIAM. So I'm still talking to you about the 3FM March, the Media General, actually, the Ghana Month package that we have for you. Day 2, we have the Ashanti region, which is 20th March, Kumasi Tour, Menshia Palace, also Konfanochi Sword, Bonre Kente, also lunch at Lake Bosomtwe, Trident Resort, zipline hiking, overnight at Rage Condos. And on day 3, yes, we will be in the central region. That's 21st of March, Asin Manso, Slave River, Cape Coast Castle, lunch on the coast dinner, and live band at Rich Royal. And of course, there's also day 4, still in central region, 22nd of March. We'll be going to Crown Forest, Daycation, safari, water sports, also quad biking, horse riding, archery, pool games, and tree planting with Forestry Commission. And then we'll be returning to Accra. Remember that ticket for singles will be 6,500 cedis, shared 5,500 cedis, and for a couple it's 10,500 cedis. For all these days and all these benefits that come with it, 0531 100-927. That's if you want to participate. Call this number. And also you can call 0247-120-633. Ghana Month Expedition. Don't watch Ghana. Just experience it. If it's your birthday it's your birthday today, we want to help you celebrate the day. But before that, Queen Star Training Institute, formerly Nasuma School of Excellence, formal and non-formal education. We have 3 months, 6 months, and 1-year weekend intensive course. We do catering, fashion, decoration, cosmetology, and media courses. First 50 students will get a discount. Apply now. Call us now on 024-344-9046. School of Excellence. And let's help you celebrate your birthday today. It is the birthday of our very own Mutala Yakubu. From all of us, we wish you triumphs in 2026 from the 3 sports team and the entire staff of MG. Happy birthday to you. Also to you, Osei Ajiman, from your mom, Nana Jomo, managers of city groups of companies, Kumasi, Oting in Kwatia. Right Reverend Prosper Jomeku, moderator of Global Evangelical Church from Rafa Chapel, Adam Robe. Also, Fraser Logojo of Airtel Tigo Head Office, may Allah guide and protect you. Happy birthday to you, sir. Nancy Nadro Mosai, Pentecost Preparatory School, from your parents and the entire family. We love you. Happy birthday to you, Nancy. Stella Akwata, God bless you, from your friends and family. We love you. Happy birthday to you. Selom Duncan, from dad, mom, and the entire family. We wish you God's favor and his blessings. Happy birthday to you, Selom. Olivia Obapa Adum Ochre, we love you dearly today and always, from your mom and siblings. Happy birthday to you, young lady. Also, Joycelyn Fafali, keep shining and smiling. The best is yet to come indeed, from Alpha Selassie. Mrs. Fatih Labi, we wish you good health, love and peace, from Reverend Amponsa Labi and Felicia. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. Elder Bismarck Adai of TAC Teshi Estate Assembly, we wish you love and good health, from the Men's Fellowship. Happy birthday to you, sir. Agnes Amwa, God bless you abundantly and keep you safe. We love you, from your siblings, children, and grandchildren. Happy birthday to you. Beatrice Mbia of CPC Crofrom Methodist, from Ali Baba Dakambari, Kumasi. Happy birthday to you, ma'am. Zachary Sambori, wishing you all the best in life, from your parents. Happy birthday to you, Zachary. Mrs. Doris Buafo, God bless your new age, from your mom. Happy birthday to you. Daila Owusua Edu, wishing you God's blessings, from your father. Bridget Klu Etonam, may you walk in purpose, love, and divine protection. I love you, says from Bliss and Makafuyin. Ho, happy birthday to you, Bridget. Valentina J. Sheila at Home Municipal Assembly from Brother Makafui, CEO of Mac Vision Multimedia. Happy birthday to you, Valentina. Dr. Cyril O.Y. Hahido, I hope I got that name correctly, of Adidome Government Hospital from Sabina. Happy birthday to you. Nancy Awusi Adogla, Nurse Manager of Adidome Government Hospital. God continually bless you from Sabina. Kwame Osaida Kujunior, have a good year. Cheers to greatness from your parents. Happy birthday to you, Kwame. Patrick Ni Odoy, CEO of On Time Lighting. God bless your new age from Justice Selasu and Abuaje. And also a happy birthday to Nana Yajan, to our presidential staff. A happy birthday to all of you celebrating your day. Well, that will be it for the program today. My name is Beatrice Edu. My colleague Nashoko joined me briefly. She lost her voice. But thank you so much for staying with us. And do continue to enjoy the rest of our programs. Have a great day.